Well, I'm technically live, but notifications wouldn't have gone out, so guess we're just gonna be waiting on this. Yeah. Today we're officially able to start Krokotopia for real this time, because last time we were too busy to extend the city. Yeah, I was thinking about skipping ahead over a lot of stuff. I'm still not entirely decided on what exactly I'm going to be doing in regards to skipping over it. Like these crafting quests and stuff. I'm honestly not sure if I should keep picking them up or not. But it is working out pretty well, I'd say. Just going through at this pace, even though it is a bit slower than I would have wanted initially. So yeah, for now we'll scrap this Prospector Seek quest.
Well, hello again, young wizard. Good to see you again. I see you made it out of Wizard City. I was worried the place was falling apart. You'd be glad to know all them smiths you found are being appreciated. I found them all good homes, I did. They'll be safe so long as Malister don't get his way. Maybe you could help me again. I need to round up beetles. They're all over Krokotopia. You bring it back to me and I'll reward you.
Okay, yeah, so finding these ones is actually a little bit more difficult because I always forget where they actually are. Oh, cool, stone. Yeah, you're gonna want a lot of that. Not for this wizard, but just for other ones in the future. Stone is a very common reagent for stuff. Oh, there it is. Yeah, like I said, I always forget where they actually are. But I do want to pick them up as soon as possible so I don't have to go through at the very end of the world like I usually do and just pick up every single one I missed. But looking up a guide for it is so tedious too. You know, just picking them up all as we go along. So yeah. I took this weekend off. Like I usually will, I think, from now on. It's over there. I was going to work on some other things, but then as I was actually working on it, I realized that I don't necessarily need a lot of the stuff I'm planning on making. Or I was planning on making. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and like skip over a lot of that kind of stuff. At least for now. I think what I'm actually gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to try to focus on making emotes and stuff and certain notifications, because follower emotes are still in the beta, but they should be coming out soon to everyone, and so it'd be nice to grab them in advance and prepare them in advance. And I can also upload some to better Twitch TV, so I need to start working on coming up with some and drawing them. Yeah.
Come in, watch your step. Things are amiss down here. You say you are looking for the Order of the Fang?
Like, one of the things I was planning on working on was like a starting soon screen, but then I was looking into it and it turns out that maybe starting soon screen right now isn't like super necessary, since I can just start immediately. And I don't really need one right now, so I might as well just prioritize what it is I actually need. But yeah, that's why nothing would look different if you're actually coming in the VOD. You're not even going to see a starting soon screen on this one. I just jumped right in.
As a matter of fact, I was just researching them when the Kroks came to life and attacked. When the Kroks attacked, my diggers and I had just found an ancient obelisk describing the Order of the Fang. We had to evacuate everyone. If only I could see rubbings of the inscription on the obelisk, I could learn more about the Order. Do you think you could make rubbings for me? You can find the ancient obelisk at the dig site in the Royal Hall.
Yeah, so overall though, I'd say I had a pretty decent weekend. I mean, I still worked on some stuff. Did lots of projects and stuff that I started. But yeah, apparently some other interesting news happened over the weekend that I was actually wanting to talk about.
Look there, wizard. Do you see that it's a teleporter?
Cool.
If you use it,
They even
it'll
added
transport
teleporters
you
over
to
here.
other teleporters on this
Well, we
street.
want to
You
talk
can
to
get
this
where
guy.
you go.
Can you believe it? When the Kroks attacked, my notebook fell apart and all the pages scattered. I can't leave this place without that information. My notes on the Kroks may seem like ancient history to you, but they may have some bearing on our present situation. Maybe they can explain Malastaire's interest in this place. I think the charmed slaves picked up the pages of my notebook. Could you get those notebook pages back for me?
In Wizard101 related news, apparently there's some interesting progress being made on a new wiki. Now I say interesting progress, but frankly I'm not entirely sure how much progress is actually being made, because it seems like it might still be in the very early stages, because they have this weird explanation of what they're actually doing, which is instead of just uploading the images like the current Wizard101 Central Wiki does, they're instead going to be making a card generator thing, I guess is what you'd call it, where they replicate what the card would look like. I mean, I guess I can see like certain advantages to doing that, but at the same time, it seems like it's going to add a lot of time to it. Yeah, Wizard101 Central has been a little bit lacking in like the last few years. There's lots of stuff that just straight up hasn't been uploaded to it, so I could definitely see the need for a new one. And so yeah, it is exciting, the idea of getting a new one. It just it does seem like it's in its very early stages, though. Which is sort of my main question about it. Flowering Mantle. Chest, well, that. Oh, let's see. Alright, which quest are we doing? Oh, cool, we already got 2 out of 3. Nice. But yeah. I remember having to actually pour through Wizard101 Central to find out what gear I'm going to end up using. I need to fix my... there. Yeah. I remember pouring through it to try to find what gear would be best for this playthrough, and I still didn't say I'd found every single thing in existence that I could use. Obviously, because there are going to be tens of thousands of things, so my main concern would just be, do they have a good gear search system idea in place? You know, one that's more advanced than simple gear search that Wizard101 Central has, and that has a more complete list of all the items in the game. If they can do that, then I'd say at that point it's officially worth replacing Wizard101 Central with it. I think it's called Wizard 404 is what they're going to be calling it. Oh, I just got that 404 because internet, right. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, that's exciting news for Wizard101. Also, Lemuria Test Realm is still out. The new spells for PvP got added in recently. Lots of stuff happening very quickly in Wizard101, which is why I decided to... which is why I need to pick up pace a little bit in this. So that way I can keep up. I don't want to get too far behind. Okay. Cool. Got all of those. And did I equip the best one I could? I remember I vaguely had something. I guess not.
Pages. Thanks so much. Now, let me give them a good look. Oh dear. These research notes need to reach Gordon Fleming right away. I'd better keep researching. I'll be safe, but rotten luck all the same. Could you take my notes to Gordon Fleming? You'll find him in the Royal Hall.
Yeah, so very exciting stuff on the horizon for Wizard101, at least. I've been paying attention to that sort of stuff recently. But yeah, Wizard101 is still overall, I'd say, pretty much the same as ever, because a lot of that stuff is still in the testing phase, it seems like. So thankfully it shouldn't affect any immediate things that I'm going to end up needing to do, like here and now. Like nothing in the test realm seems like it'll affect this playthrough at all, so I don't need to spend any more time considering the effect it might have.
You've brought me Alfred Rothschild's notebook. Splendid! Let's just take a look, shall we? Ah, I see the urgency. Did you know the Tuts intend to invade other worlds with a huge army? Some dark figure has put them up to it. We had suspected it, but this is the proof. Thanks. I'll let the others know. We were digging in this area when we were attacked by menacing Kroks. I lost all my equipment in the confusion. Could you go get my equipment for me? I have it packed in wooden crates. Those crates are scattered everywhere.
Something else I got over to in the weekend. Speaking of other plans I have, because I do it a lot.
You make the rubbings.
Talking about other things I've planned. Skyrim, I was mentioning before, and how difficult it is to put together a mod list for it. It turns out that I got invited to this beta thing for Nexus mods, which they're apparently going to try to compete with the Wabajack program, I guess. Because I'm not sure why they suddenly decided to do this. I'm not sure if it's meant to be like competition, or I'm not sure if they just thought it was like a really good idea, or what. But I got invited to this new beta because, you know, Wizard101 was all, not Wizard101, Nexus Mods has also always been like kind of in competition with Mod Organizer and other third-party programs. It seems like they kind of want to be like the main first-party source of everything to kind of promote premium, I guess. But yeah, they released this new Wabajack-like program, which if you don't know what that is, it's a executable you use, and it has a selection of mod lists, and what it does is it makes those mod lists able to install automatically to whatever game you hunt. So if you have like Nexus Premium, you'd be able to click the install button, and then a few hours later you'd have a fully modded and patched game, just completely like that. And it was very convenient. But since it costs money for Nexus Premium, I never really got into doing it. I just ordered like 1 month and then I did it, but then I kind of stopped playing those games, so I didn't do it. Now that I got invited to this beta thing, I decided to try testing that out to see if I could do it. But as it turns out, it's in a very early stage of development too. Because the very first mod list I downloaded to test it out ended up just not working because it was missing one of its main dependencies. Like, it didn't even install the mod patch, the unofficial Skyrim patch, that is. So yeah, they need to do a lot of work, but thankfully it does seem like it could end up working out later. If one of them ends up catching my eye, beyond just like testing it out, I think I might end up using that as a method to you know, play Skyrim and Fallout games on this channel. But Fallout, again, also probably wait until Tale of Two Wastelands and Fallout 3 gets fixed. But Skyrim is now closer to being a possibility than ever.
Ah, wonderful! You found my crates. Thank you so much. Since you are so good at finding my equipment, perhaps you can help me again. I don't know where I put my inventory list. Would you search the dig site for it? I probably left it near one of the camps.
I actually really do want to play Skyrim. Not just because it's like a funny meme game, but also because, like, especially with the anniversary edition coming up, I was considering, like, rush buying that one and then just, like, streaming it the day it came out. Then I was like, nah. Because that would have been, like, kind of funny to, like, you know, sound like an entire stream of like calling out Todd for being greedy and stuff, but overall, I do think it would also just be a lot of fun to do that thing I was talking about, which is just like install a lot of magic related mods and just have me running around in Skyrim being a wizard while we're also playing this at the same time.
My inventory list! Wonderful! You found it! Oh dear, now where are those artifacts I found? Bad news! Those artifacts were very powerful. If the Kroks took them, we could be in big trouble. Would you mind battling the Kroks until you get those artifacts back? I would appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, with that in mind, it should be a lot easier to play Skyrim as well. So, depending on how much work gets put into it in the meantime, or like afterwards that is, and it becomes more playable, I guess. Or rather, like, the mod installations work, so it's actually like playable right off the bat. I could maybe see myself doing an unplanned Skyrim stream pretty soon. Because I think I actually am about ready to start making a schedule for this. And so I'm thinking maybe around this time every day, from like noon or 1 to 3. I still didn't fix my deck. I'm thinking like 1 to like maybe 3, or like noon to maybe 3 could be the time. And if I end up doing a stream later in the day, then that'll be it. It'll be like another like maybe up to 2 separate 3-hour streams a day. And as of right now, I think I'll just schedule everything as this single stream, and anything that happens after that is just, you know, unplanned but for the benefit. I think it'd be better to have this one be consistency, since it have more consistency, because it's going to be kind of like the main thing I intend to do. Whereas the other ones, I think I can justify not scheduling out in advance. But yeah. Overall, I'd say Targetopia is actually ending up a little bit easier. I'm getting a lot of power pips, thankfully. You know, it's always a big concern with... Man, they're so glitchy with that. Oh yeah, and we're also getting lots of drops. We're already up to 2 out of 4. Normally it would take you like 8 battles to get them. Or at least that's how it used to be. And I didn't fix my deck again. Okay. I need to like make like a mental note and just slap myself in the brain every time I forget to do it. Yes, I do not need the Hydra spell in my deck for this. But yeah. Targetopia is usually a little bit weird to go through because the enemies have such little health that I don't really need Sandstorm. Like, for Second City, I kind of needed it because the enemies were going up to like 500 HP and above. And like the bosses have like 800, but now they're back down to like 150, so I could technically just double Scorpion and get away with it. And like even the weakest Scorpion would one-shot these guys. Well, not these guys, but like the Mandars and stuff. Whereas now I'm doing like over double their health. But as long as I keep getting power pips, it's not too big of a concern if I just try to Sandstorm my way through everything. And it certainly is increasing the speed of it by a lot. So yeah. I do like how many I'm getting, because I think I should only have like 10% still, right? Yeah, I only have 15%, but I'm still getting them like every fight. Okay, fixing my deck now. We'll take out Feint, we'll take out the Hydra. I feel like that's all I really need to do right now. Because those feel like the two that are like gonna be least applicable in most fights. The Feint I probably don't even need to pull out for most boss fights, so.
Now that that's all sorted, I'd better stay here with them and make sure nothing else goes missing.
Yeah, so it seems like easily the most useless thing. Because if I'm not even going to use Feint against the bosses, it's just taking up extra space. Also, this healing spell is pretty much becoming useless, so I could also look into replacing the wand soon. I think I might do that with the level 20 ones that actually give like a pip and stuff. Because I feel like that could be helpful. Oh, right. I've never actually taken the teleporters yet. I went through the entire game before they added them. And even on my most recent Storm Wizard, I think I kind of forgot about them like that. I'm just so used to it not being there. Okay, yeah, cool. Very easy, very convenient. Very nice.
These rubbings are perfect. Let me decipher the text.
Professor Winthrop studies the rubbings and grows frightened.
My word. The Order of the Fang was a secret group of Krok wizards who wrote a book of rituals called the Krokonomicon, the most powerful source of knowledge about life and death magic. The Krokonomicon cannot fall to Malastair. Perhaps this order has something to do with the Kroks attacking us now. Did Malastair put them up to it? He has done similar work in Wizard City, We need to find out more. While I was running for my life from the Krok attack, I saw Beatty Narini take an ancient tablet. He's the leader of the Kroks in this area. Beatty Narini must have the answers we're looking for. To reach him, we'd need a key to his chamber. Our fighting men are trying to protect our archaeologist. Could you defeat Narini Kroks until you find a Krok carrying the chamber key and take it from them?
I do. I actually don't know if they've changed anything further beyond that. It does seem like they're mentioning Malastare a lot, which I don't think they used to. But at the same time, they did change the opening dialogue when you first enter the world. Before, there didn't used to be like a cutscene where it'd stop you and tell you about the world and stuff. So, honestly, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, they were mentioning Malastare a lot, which I don't think they used to. Although I also can't remember what they used to say either. That's the sad thing, though. I'll never be able to actually go back and check. You know? That's kind of the one thing that I was kind of like ragging on the first time user experience updates. Whenever it would like have like a voice acting mistake or like a glitch and stuff. When I get on it, it's mostly just because like, you know, turning on classic mode doesn't bring back the old quests or anything. So there's no way to really go back and check a lot of this stuff. Yeah, you know, there's no way to put yourself in the more stable version of it. So once they do all these updates, you know, it's a permanent change. And so, in my opinion, you know, there needs to be more work put into making sure they're like 100% perfect before they ship them out. But yeah. It does seem like it might be a little bit different. Although how much they would have actually bothered to change, I'm not entirely sure, because I think they were saying there was plans to do first-time user experience updates for all of Arc 1. Or I think I might have seen that at some point. But whether or not it's actually true, I'm not entirely sure. So yeah. Speaking of first-time user experience updates, that was another thing I was actually kind of interested in talking about. So, I play Genshin occasionally, but I don't summon in it, right? And that's because I don't really feel like it's a good gacha for summoning on. Like, the only other gacha I play is Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, because I'm really into Dragon Ball. You know, I haven't done anything Dragon Ball related, and I don't think I've actually talked about it before either. But, I actually am super into Dragon Ball. Used to be into, like, a lot of power scaling and stuff. I think that's the closest thing I got. Like, got to mentioning Dragon Ball Z itself was, like, mentioning the power scaling I used to be part of.
You found the chamber key. Well done.
Like, you know, like, I don't know if anybody's actually ever done it, but, like, you go on, like, Reddit and stuff, you can find, like, lots of, like, versus, like, debates and stuff. The most popular thing, I guess, would be Death Battle. Even though lots of people, like, will complain that those are more so for entertainment than actual, like, power scaling. There's a whole thing about it. But yeah. Power scaling aside, I am really into Dragon Ball itself. But I did learn most of what I know about it from my time doing that.
Our men here have their hands full fighting the Kroks. The archaeologists are no help, I'm afraid. Can you defeat Beatty Narini in his chamber? Claim the missing ancient tablet from him, and perhaps I can find out how this madness started.
I think I might also play Dragon Ball games at some point, but more importantly, what I wanted to talk about was Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle recently had its own very exciting bit of news come out. Because apparently in like 2 days, actually, the update for version C is going to be coming out to the JP version. I'm not sure when it's going to come out to the global version, although global did also get their own version of the video, which was like a quarter of the length. I think it was only like 5 minutes, where they basically just speed ran the whole thing. Because for some reason the JP announcements are always like way longer than the global ones are. But yeah, version C is coming out, and we actually know a lot more about it. Or at least part 1 of the version Z update is coming out. And I've always said, in like my opinion, Dokkan Battle has to be like one of the best gachas if you want to like actually play one. But also now they're introducing a lot of really cool new mechanics, which I'm excited about. So they're going to be introducing a lot of new stuff like the story mode, and they're going to be introducing a lot more free-to-play characters that you're going to be able to use, that you gain access to from it. But more importantly, you know, which is, I mean, yeah, the whole free-to-play characters thing is nice, but more importantly, they're also adding auto mode into Dokkan Battle, which I think is also really exciting. Because, like, even I struggle sometimes to actually, like, sit down and, like, grind out stages and stuff. So, yeah, using an auto mode would, I think, also help out a lot. The version Z announcement is mostly targeted towards beginners, it seems like. They're doing a lot of things like...
You are not worthy of standing before me, wizard. Fall to the floor. Maybe then I shall show mercy on you.
Yeah, they're, oh, there's a balance on me here. Okay, cool. We'll just throw in ghouls then. But yeah, they're introducing a lot of new stuff that seems especially targeted towards beginners, which is really exciting. Because I do think they could bring in a lot of people from like the, you know, from the kind of people who would play something like a Honkai or a Bleach Brave Souls, or like I don't know, Cookie Run Kingdom. I think a lot of them play those games because they're a lot easier to just pick up and like just sort through because there's an auto mode. And so I think the auto mode is probably the most exciting change. And wow, really 2 weaknesses in a row? That's just mean. But yeah, I do think personally that's really exciting because it means now that it's going to be a lot more beginner friendly. And so I think even people who aren't necessarily super into Dragon Ball will also be able to pick it up soon. And pick it up and play it. Let's see, they also talked about some other stuff too. A lot of it doesn't apply to me because I've been playing the game for years at this point. Which is kind of lame, because, you know, I'm not going to get any of the benefits like, oh, you know, if you complete the hardest version of the stage, you get the Dragon Stones for all of them, right? Which was one of the things they were talking about. I was like, okay, cool. I finished story mode, like, I don't know how long ago, but it was super long ago. And so it's kind of lame for me, but it does seem kind of exciting that they're introducing a lot of this stuff. Because I always recommended it before, but I think now it's going to be a lot safer to recommend it to people. Because it's a lot more geared towards making sure that beginners can have a good time with it too. So yeah, lots of updates are coming out for a lot of things in recent times. Skyrim got its anniversary thing, Dokkan Battle is getting its version C update in a few days, Wizard101 is in test run for Lemuria. Lots of updates. Very exciting stuff. Wait, was that Universal Resist or just... Oh yeah, it was Universal Resist. That's actually pretty good. I mean, at this point, I don't think the trade-off of damage would be that significant. So... Oh yeah, there was a teleporter right there from the very beginning. I need to pay more attention to those things and see where they actually laid. Because I would have known immediately to use it if I had actually paid attention.
Ah, the ancient tablet. Now I can get the rest of the story on the Order of the Fang.
Professor Winthrop studies the ancient tablet.
The Order of the Fang oppose the evil Tuts. They planned to use the Krokonomicon to put the Tuts to sleep. And we had to come... I think the Order of the Fang still exists. Hiding somewhere in Krokotopia. I want to find them. They must know where the Krokonomicon is kept. We've discovered a map room that might help locate them. Unfortunately, it's located through the palace we can't get inside. My assistant, Malcolm Danforth, has been working on a way to enter the palace. But with all these Tuts about, I'm afraid for him. Please, help him. You'll find him in the excavation room in the Chamber of Fire.
I kind of skipped ahead by accident because my finger sort of like twitched. I was like, have like an itch, and then like as I was like trying to like deal with it, I ended up accidentally pressing my thumb down. So yeah, sorry, I skipped ahead through some of that dialogue. But yeah, very exciting stuff is happening, and that's pretty much what I was spending most of the weekend on, was just like looking at all this new stuff coming out for all these various games I play. Oh, he still has a red name. Oh, that's awesome.
You're to help me find a way inside the palace? Excellent!
Yeah, for some reason this dude is like the only NPC in the game who has a red name, which is exclusively meant to be used for enemies in the game. Which means technically you're supposed to be able to fight this guy.
As far as I can tell, the palace requires a keystone to unlock the door.
Yeah, but no, it's not like a twist or anything where you end up fighting this guy. No, it really is just like a complete oversight. I'm not even sure how it happened. I don't think it always used to be like that.
My partner Robert Lancaster has been searching for the keystone.
If I remember correctly, it just like happened one day. Or it was like part of like some update or something and it just stuck.
See if you can find him, while I see if I can't whip up some other way in.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I've been keeping on top of a lot of that stuff on Twitter and stuff. And Reddit and various other things. I say stuff a lot. Also just because, kind of just too lazy to... Wait, does the beetle move? What the? I can't tell if it's glitched out or if that's like a new thing. It didn't used to move. It used to be completely static. And also they used to be completely purple, like in the picture, but now they're like brown? Weird. Not sure why that happened. It's like completely different. For a second there I thought I was going crazy or like the game was bugging out, but no, it looks like that's intentional. So yeah, I guess the beetles move now.
My, there are Kroks everywhere. I tried to venture out to find the Keystone and ended up running for my life. Tell Malcolm Danforth I don't have the Keystone, but I did discover that a piece of it is buried in the dig site at the Royal Hall. Say, could you do us a favor, being a wizard and all? Since we Marleybonians don't use magic, we don't have much effect against those fire servants. We've heard that once you defeat a flame servant, you are left with a small eternal flame. When our fires go out, this place is pitch black. Some of those eternal flames would come in handy.
Yeah, so early on in Krokotopia, these are most of the quests, which are going to be handed to us. There's going to be a lot of defeat and collect quests like this. They're not too bad because it looks like the drop rates have been increased a decent amount. So thankfully it doesn't seem like it should be too difficult to get our hands on a lot of this stuff. But that is the main thing that happens. Which is where we just have to, like, if we're going to be doing all of the side quests, this is what we're going to be doing with it. We're just going to be spending like half the time here just like fighting random mobs. Because especially like in one of the upcoming areas, there's going to be like 4 different NPCs that are going to give us like 2 quests each. And like they're all defeat and collect quests. Yeah. I've been keeping on top of that sort of thing recently. Planning out a lot of stuff. Keeping up with Wizard101 mostly just to see if anything will affect this. And cool, we got all of them all at once. Yeah, so it seems like the drop rates must have been buffed by a lot. Because before they used to be like really painful just to even get those 2.
You have brought us back some eternal flames? Jolly good. I will not worry about the lights going out down here any longer. Thank you, my friend.
Nice. Yeah. I've been keeping on top of the Wizard101 stuff, most of the things, but I have been planning out some other stuff too. Because I've also been watching some anime. So like right now, my YouTube channel, which I don't even think I have it like linked in my Twitch account or my Twitter or anything. Right now it's mostly just being used to upload the VODs of this. So that way they actually have like some permanence to them. I'm only thinking, like right now I've only uploaded the VODs of the Wizard101 stuff. when I get around to it, I'm thinking I might end up, like, because I'm watching anime right now. Oh, thank you for following. Oh, no. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, right now I'm planning out, like, some other stuff, like, because I've been watching some anime and I've been, like, recording my reactions to it, and I'm not gonna, like, upload it. Oh, he got it right? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem that difficult to pronounce, although a lot of people have difficulty pronouncing my name too, so I guess it's sort of a common thing. Because you know when you're streaming, I guess it is kind of harder to pay attention to things, because you got, like, your mind on so many things. But yeah. You'd be surprised how many people get it wrong? Oh, I bet. Oh yeah, I bet. I've seen people, like, mispronounce even the most basic ones. Yes, welcome. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm not planning on uploading, like, full reactions, but I have actually been thinking of, like, maybe doing, like, reviews of certain things which I could upload onto the channel, and then once I end up figuring out how I want to branch out the content and, like, figuring out what I actually want on it, I think I might also have, like, some side series and stuff. So, like, if I end up doing Skyrim or Subnautica and stuff, I'll figure out ways to, like, separate it on its own channel and upload all the VODs for that too onto there. But yeah.
Thanks for that. Good show, that Robert. He couldn't find the Keystone, but he did give us a way to find it. It's time to roll up your sleeves and dig into the dirt like a true archaeologist. We need to find that Keystone. Please go to the dig site in the Royal Hall and search for the missing piece. It's probably just below the surface of the sand, so you may have to dig around some.
Yeah, so this weekend I've been figuring out how I'm gonna deal with that too. Yeah. It looks like we're making pretty decent progress, actually, because even that extra side quest didn't take too long at all. Because yeah, it does definitely seem like they did buff the drop rates for a lot of the stuff early on.
Please, good young wizard, help me. The wicked Tuts have enslaved my people. They use terrible magic to force us to work here in the pyramid. Please allow us to be free of their oppression. Help me break the charm. Defeat charmed slaves in battle so we might be free.
Yeah, this is something else that kind of always confused me about Krokotopia. Like, we just have to, like, fight, like, the slaves all of the time. Like, there's so many quests where you have to beat these guys up. I don't know, it just seems a little messed up, even if, like, they are, like, underneath the effect of magic. Like, you'd think we'd just, like, cast a spell or something to do it, but no, apparently we have to, like, hit them as hard as we possibly can to break them out of it. Let's see. Yeah, I've actually been getting these power pets really consistently, too. Yeah, Krokotopia might actually be even more of a breeze than Wizard City was. You know, we're coming in with Sandstorm, we're casting it consistently. Getting up the side quests done fast. Yeah. Maybe this playthrough won't take so long after all. Maybe Wizard City was just a weirdly long bit of the adventure. That was kind of my concern, because I was kind of like, oh man, I already knew it's going to take like a month to get the shadow spells. But then I'm like, when it took me like 10 hours or like 12 hours to get through Wizard City, I was kind of like, uh-oh, this is gonna probably take like way longer than I thought. But no, now we're hitting our stride. So yeah. It was really surprising because after August, like 2021 really sped up. Like 2021 has to easily have been like one of like the longest years, like in like that I can personally remember. And like around August, it just like suddenly like sped up drastically. And so much cool stuff is happening like this late into the year. It's very exciting. Because I mean, if the entire year was gonna suck forever, that would have just been really disappointing. So yeah, I'm very excited about all the new stuff that's happening. Let's see. There's a lot of backtracking right now, but there's not really that much in terms of like normal play of Krokotopia after this point. I think it's just like a lot of like this section of the game. Or of the world. Oh, this guy's another quest.
We need the hammers from some of the Cyclops to activate these obelisks. I don't understand the how of it, but they're magically connected.
Alright, I forgot there's a lot of quests here that you can just easily miss if you're not like paying attention. I might actually have to check that out real quick. Oh right, there's also guys with quests in the Oasis and stuff. Yeah, if I'm going to do every side quest in the game, then I'm also going to have to go pick those up really quick. Yeah, that is definitely something I kind of prefer about like the later world design, where you're in a pretty good situation to just go through the main quest, and then there's only like a handful of side quests that will let you know more about like the world and like the culture, because that's what the side quests are really for, is exploring that sort of stuff. The issue with this is that a lot of it just gets dragged out in these earlier worlds by just having just way too many of them and having them not really have anything to do with the overall plot. So, you know, I kind of give the writers like a little bit of like grief for being like too reference heavy and stuff in the later worlds as like a supplement for like actually making the writing a little bit more interesting. I do appreciate how they're kind of fixing the game in some ways. You know, they're coming back and adding these teleporters and stuff. It's more like, I guess they can't like not release the worlds forever. Like they can't just like fix every single thing that needs to be fixed and like just never release the new world, because that'd like be like a year or so of delays. I don't know. I just wish they would focus the time on a little bit more of the little minute things. Like these tuts, we're gonna be seeing it a lot. Like I think even like the main boss of this world is also glitched, where like a lot of the time you'll see like the animation of their death play where they like turn into sand, but then you'll still see like the wire frame of them standing up, and then sometimes they'll like respawn in on their wireframe while their death animation plays, and so like you have like 3 separate things you're looking at, and like none of them are disappearing at the proper time. It's little things like that I think they need to come back and fix more than anything. You know, they're doing a decent job of like doing like basic quality of life stuff, but there's just like more that needs to be done. So yeah. I do also really like how they made these Cyclops look. They did a good job modernizing the textures on them. But yeah. I'm still not sure, did they ever actually finish all of the rank 1 to 4 spells? I'm not entirely sure. I think they might have. I think the rank 4 ones were mostly the AoEs, which they sped up and didn't necessarily make like look better. Or maybe they might have done it at the same time. I think for Humungo Frog, it like literally looks the same, but they just added like hats and stuff into the puke. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk to this guy after I beat up all those slaves. Yeah, I'm not sure if they finished updating those, which I guess means that, yeah, they would end up just going to the rest of Arc 1 when they're doing the first time user experience updates and updating those.
Excellent! Now we can activate these obelisks. All right, now that we have the hammers, Place one near each obelisk. That should activate them.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing decent enough work, I guess. But some of the stuff has been, like, broken by it. Like, the updates have, like, occasionally broken stuff more than they fixed it. Okay, so let's see. Okay, right, Spirit Crushers 2. Yeah, this playthrough has been going surprisingly well in Krokotopia, at least so far. You know, I remember it used to be a little bit more of a pain, but yeah, we're already starting to... We were seeing it against BD, Narini, and yeah, it definitely sort of feels like we're getting to the point where we're going to start seeing the weakness spam a lot. That's always the biggest pain of Arc 1, especially when you get to Dragon Spire, because there's literally nothing that will not hit you with a weakness. Every mob has weaknesses, every boss has weaknesses. Wizard101 is a simple game. I've mentioned this before, but it really is. And so that was, like, in its most simple days, that was how you increase the difficulty, was just constantly hit the player with weaknesses. Not like plagues, or like virulent plagues and stuff, just weaknesses. We're not getting as many power pips as we were before. Oh, well, we still only have like a 15% chance. It's kind of weird how often we're breaking them, actually. I think I might end up throwing shields up, so instead of like passing or putting up an extra blade, I can just throw up a shield on these last turns. Yeah, I think I might do that. It seems like we're hitting a lot more, or getting hit more with spirit spells, so I might like throw in a spirit shield or two into our deck too. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll like take out a sandstorm and then throw in a spirit shield or two.
Come closer, so that I may crush you.
Skyo is a Cyclops. I feel like originally he was like a lost soul, like that like basic ghost model. Then again, I could be misremembering. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've actually gone through the like early worlds, and especially like going through the early worlds and their side quests. Nowadays, when I play like new wizards, it would normally just be me speedrunning through everything. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how much I'm just straight up misremembering. Like that Mandela effect stuff. You know, you swear on your life that it used to be like that. And it's just like, apparently it never was. Like, you can never actually say with confidence that something like was like that before. But I swear to God, Fruit of the Loom did used to have a cornucopia on it. Yeah, that Mandela effect stuff. I went through like a really long phase where like I just like would like listen to Glitch in the Matrix stuff and just consider like the potential ramifications of it. Like, oh man, that's kind of creepy. Just thinking about it all the time. And being like, huh, I wonder, like, can you actually shift over realities and stuff? I don't know. That stuff does genuinely seem kind of interesting, although going too deep down that rabbit hole will like really stress you out after a while, which is why I dropped it. I eventually just hit a point where I was like, you know what, this is just like stressing me out too much to think about it, so I'll just stop. I feel like it would have been that basic ghost model before, at least. Because even earlier King's Isle was especially lazy with that kind of stuff. You know, where they'd just be like, oh yeah, if it's a ghost enemy, it'll be a ghost.
Excellent work. The Cyclops should now be easier to handle with their leader out of the picture.
I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I am just misremembering it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I am just misremembering it. I don't know. Anyways, I think instead of heading over to the Chamber of Fire, I might actually do this and head over to the Oasis. So that way I can grab these side quests that are here that I never picked up. So Hetchaldine has one? Okay, cool.
Greetings, student of wizardry. I must say that I am always delighted to see people from the other worlds, though some cause me distress. For example, Major Talbot keeps staring at me as if I were an amusement. Manders may look strange to some, but we have our pride. He's intimidating me with his stare, and I'm afraid to confront him. Could you talk to him for me? Manders are quite shy by nature, you know.
That reminds me of, those Stallion Quartermain posts. Those were actually like peak comedy. Where it just had like a drawing of like the ancient Manders that were like these like 8'2" like giant hulking like behemoths of like lizards, and then you just had lizards. Salamanders, amphibians actually. I think they might be. But anyways, like it's just like, what happened to Manders that they're now like all these weak little like soft things?
What? Edge concluded that I thought he looked odd. Well, I must say that Mandars are very different than anything we have in Marylebone.
I found that stuff really funny, frankly. Like when I just like saw it like just like lined up over that, where we got like all these like new lore drops, and like every single one of them was like, oh yeah, Spiral is so different in like a worse way.
Actually, I was puzzled as to why he is purple. All the others I've seen are either blue or orange. Have you noticed that? I feel my ignorance embarrasses me. Would you be so good as to talk to Zane? Ask why the Mandars are the colors they are.
Zane. Right, he's the guy in the library. Or the closest thing to a library. It's just somewhere in the building.
The Major wanted to know why Mandars are the colors they are? Actually, I'm surprised that no one from Marylebone has asked before. Originally, Mandars were green, but some of our forefathers served the different orders. The pyramid is of the Fire Order. Mandars who served it changed to orange. The Kroks Sphinx is of the Order of Ice. Those Mandars who are blue in nature are descendants of those whose ancestors served ice. The tomb is of the Storm Order. Mandars such as Hetch-Aldim, purple in nature, are descendants of those who served storm. I guess the elements became a part of our four Mandars long ago, and that is why we are four different colors.
Yeah, Wizard101 has the lore. It definitely has a lot of it.
The Mandars are different colors because their four Mandars serve the three orders of fire, ice, and storm. Gadzooks! It makes a sort of sense now. I guess my curiosity got the better of me. As an officer and a gentleman, please apologize to Hetch for me. I didn't mean to be inconsiderate.
Yeah. Another exciting bit of new updates that are happening is apparently the guy who actually made the Spiral Compendium, that 300-page Google Doc about nothing but Pirate and Wizard101 lore, is apparently considering going back to work on it.
Oh, Major Talbot didn't know why Mandars are different? I thought everyone knew why. No wonder why he was so curious. I feel better now. Say, could you do me a favor? I was supposed to fill up a canteen for the professor. The well water by the shop tastes the best if you could fill it for me. The professor is just inside the pyramid. I'm sure he will be grateful for your service.
Yeah, if that gets updated, I definitely need to check that out on stream at some point. And just read it. I love a lot of the effort that people put into that sort of stuff.
Canteen from the well.
Because Wizard101 lore discussions are actually kind of interesting when you get down to it. The most confusing thing would usually be... Actually, are there any more out here? Does Zanne have one? Oh right, this guy in here has one. Yeah, we might as well grab all these while we're out here. Oh wow, there's a lot of them.
Ooh, at last, someone who can help me. Please take this parchment to Zanne at the library. Yes, the library is over by the prospector's camp. Ooh, I should have given this to Zanne weeks ago. Yes.
Why is he talking like that?
Greetings, young wizard. I was wondering if you could do something for me. I am in the middle of making a necklace and just discovered that I'm going to need a fire gem. Can you go to Ravenwood and see if Dahlia Falmea has an extra fire gem?
Yeah, you see, he was talking completely differently then. What was up with that first bit of dialogue? What was that about? Yes. I should have done this weeks ago. Yes. Such a weird way of talking. Sounded like he was on something. But yeah. There are lots of quests early on. I kind of forgot how many. I need to pay a little bit more attention. Thankfully it's not too difficult with the quest finder. If we miss any by the end of the world, I just need to click on it and it'll tell me.
So, you need a fire gem. I'll see if I have one. Give me a moment. Oh my, it seems that I ran out. My normal supplier is Gustav Copperflame, the ring shopkeeper. You can ask him if he has any.
Yeah, what was I talking about? Alright, Wizard101 lore. It's actually kind of interesting, you know, when you actually get down into it. Although a lot of stuff occasionally gets retconned, which is kind of going to make it difficult to actually go through it and keep a consistent record. So I kind of feel bad for everyone who would actually put in the effort for that. Oh hey, Harvest Town is here. Cool, so we can get our pilgrim stuff. Nice. Yeah, it becomes a lot harder to keep a consistent record even if you want to put in all the effort for that. That's because so much stuff gets changed over time.
So you need a fire gem. I normally have some in stock. I embed them in some of the rings I make. Unfortunately, they have been in great demand lately, and I don't have any. You can normally find them in the Dragon's Mouth Cave, next to the Living Flame.
The implication being that the Living Flame just, it's kind of poops them out. It's gonna pop out of it. Or like spawn next to it. I'm not entirely sure how that works. As for why there's just this random piece of fire in a cave somewhere in the Wizard City, that's never explained. It might be explained later. But yeah, it's lore. It's lore. It doesn't need to exist. It doesn't really have a good explanation, but it is lore. Now, it's already destroyed. Weird. I thought we destroyed it at some point.
You remove a fire gem from the living flame.
Yeah, why does this place exist? I don't know. Does anybody know? No. There's never really a good explanation for it. Also, I'm pretty sure the trivia says that this is the only piece of pure fire in the spiral. What that actually means, I don't know. That is how it works. Yeah, Wizard101 has a lot of lore. Most of it useless. Most of it doesn't really even need to exist. But it does have lore. Lots of it. And it is pretty interesting at times. They're still there. There's a permanent edition now? Yeah, I guess it is like permanent now.
Say it to the back row.
And they still use the old character models.
Once more, up the top.
I'm not entirely sure how that would even work. I thought they just like made it impossible for the old character models to even like appear in the game, but I guess not. Okay, well, back to Kroktopia, I guess.
Thanks, young wizard. I really appreciate your help. This should make a fine addition to my new necklace.
Oh, got a new spell.
A new level! Why don't you come on by and talk with me? I do believe I have some homework for you.
What level am I? 18? I actually don't remember what spell that is. Probably not good, if it is something I don't even remember. Still a good chance to pick it up. Let's see. Yeah, we can't train Balance of Power. Oh, cool, that's right. Balance of Power is no longer the power pit thing, it's now an actual damage spell. Nice. Not a damage spell, it's a damage increasing spell. It's a bubble.
So, you feel you are ready to learn a new spell? Jolly good. I think it's about time I teach you Mandar Minion, and we will need a few reagents to create it.
Alright, Mandar Minion. Yeah, Mandar Minion is kind of okay, if I'm remembering correctly, but it's just like not that great.
You will need to talk to the trees of fire, ice, and storm. You must gain from each a leaf. 3 in total, no more, no less. Return when you have these.
You need a leaf? I guess. Why not? Everyone takes them from me for their spells. Not like I'm gonna get emotional over them. Maybe someday I'll not be so down. But then I'd have to turn over a new leaf. Okay, enough of that. Go on, make one. And leave me alone.
Nice. It's also a little lightning bolt. That's cool.
You say you need a leaf from me? I don't know. They are pretty valuable. Plus, it's not like they grow on trees. Not like they grow on trees? Sure, you can have one. Just stop needling me about it.
Yeah, okay, we're getting way too many tree puns. Also, it's kind of confusing. Because it actually always been confused. I always thought like the individual needles would have been considered a leaf, but he just handed us like a whole sprig. So I'm not entirely sure how that would work.
You say you need a leaf from me for your spell. I don't know if I can let any go. You know, they are a pretty hot commodity around here. Hot commodity. Get it? Oh, it's been ages since I've gotten to tell that joke. Look out. As a comedian, I'm burning up.
You know, I guess we kind of have to give them a pass. They are just kind of rooted in place, so I guess they really don't have much of a choice but to spend their time coming up with these stupid things.
Okay, I'll save the jokes for the next student. Take a leaf, but don't let it burn a hole in your pocket.
Actually, how does this guy even have leaves? I was just kind of assumed he didn't have any. Oh, like the inside the fire? Or are they like the fire itself and you can just like pinch it off and like it turns into a leaf?
Let me guess, the trees told you their leaf jokes? I don't want to hear them, I just wish they'd find some better ones to tell.
Yeah, they have plenty of time. Not that they have anything better to do.
Now that I have crushed the leaves, they need to be purified. For this, you will need to travel to Krokotopia, no less. Take these ingredients to the large fire pit in the Altar of Kings at the pyramid. Just a few seconds in the flame should do. Toodles!
Yeah, you have to kind of feel bad for them. You know, they have literally nothing better to do, so you might as well just let them have, like, whatever fun they can get out of telling their jokes. Yeah, Mandar Minion, I think, is okay because it will, like, cast balance blades and shields on us. But I'm also not remembering if they updated it recently or not, because they did kind of have a big, minion update recently. Like, they changed a few of them around. So I'm not sure if Mandar Minion was one of them.
Why, Thank you for bringing the
I
canteen.
might actually look that up really
The
quick.
air is so dry here, it can bring on a thirst that can make you dizzy. Gadzooks, that's the best water I've ever tasted. Can you take this canteen to Dr. Fleming at the dig site? He thinks all the water here on Krok is salty.
The ingredients are purified within moments of heating.
Yeah, so I'm just looking it up really quick to see if Mandar Minion is actually still kind of whatever, or if it's actually like good now. Let's see. Because I think it costs 3 pips. Yeah, it does. It costs 3 pips, and you get a minion that will... Yeah, that was sort of always the biggest issue with them, is that they only do bounce damage, which means that, you know, I was mentioning this before. But Bounce's biggest issue is the fact that they can do just fine against, like, any other school of enemy, but against Balance it's kind of screwed, so Balance more than anything needs the elemental minions, but because their main minion only helps with bounce damage, it is kind of a bit disappointing. So yeah, the biggest thing about the Mandar minion is that it will give you balance blades, it'll put weaknesses on the enemy. It'll also put black mantles on the enemy, which are these minus accuracy things, but then it'll also cast the bubble, and will also use donate power. So it seems like it could be helpful, but it just really depends.
Jolly good. Now they have been purified. Give me a moment to stir them up.
The biggest thing is that it can give you pips, and it can also put a bubble. Because normally you wouldn't have the time, or you wouldn't want to put in the effort to putting up a bubble yourself. But the Mandar minion does cost 3 pips, and that would mean you'd need 3 extra pips just for it to do it itself. And I don't think we'll ever encounter an enemy that we won't be able to kill faster than if we wasted the time to summon it out.
Now, we need to add an ice element into the ingredients. I would suggest checking with Zane in Krokotopia as to the best place for that.
So yeah, a lot of Bounce's spells are kind of useless here. I think they get more use in PvP, but for our purposes, I don't think we'll end up using it. So yeah, we've officially hit that point where we're just doing side quests instead of like actually progressing the story.
Ah, the very information I need indeed. I appreciate you for bringing it here to me. Tinu can be such a procrastinator sometimes. I'm afraid ice elements are beyond my field of expertise. You should speak with Niles, the balance tree. He's over on the Krokosphinx. You may need to help out the Marleybonians a bit before they let you take the boat over there.
Right, that's the main thing. We actually can't get the spell until we progress the main quest a little bit, so we're just stuck doing all these side quests before we can even do that.
Could you help me out? I am up to my eyeballs in shelving parchment, and I've got little time. But I'm also trying to collect stories about the history of my race, the Mandars. I know many things about our race, but I feel it is incomplete. I fear some of our stories might have been lost in the passage of time. It would be great if you could interview a Mandar named Hej al-Din just on the other side of the oasis. It would help out my research greatly, and I'm too busy to go myself.
Yeah, I suppose we don't actually have that many. We only have like 3 side quests going right now.
History? My great-grandmander told me some stories he found in the Chamber of the Chosen. He said our race was once happy and lived without care. All that changed when the Kroks arrived. They were migrating due to hardships and plagues they had in their old lands. We began by helping them out, but we were too generous as a race. We helped them out until one day we discovered that we were their servants. Well, slaves. Sadly, we have become victims of our own kind-hearted nature. Oh well, maybe it was meant to be this way. I hope not.
So wait, they were just doing stuff for them and then like they eventually realized they were slaves? I thought that's kind of something they wouldn't really be like easy to miss. Because, you know, like slaves implies like being locked up in chains and stuff. So unless like the really early ones are just into some weird stuff and didn't realize that they were doing it like in a non-weird way, I feel like that would be kind of difficult to miss.
Amazing. You learned all that from talking with Hedge? I never knew that about the history of our race. No wonder the Kroks didn't record that knowledge. You've saved me time and effort. How about asking Salab ibn Dur what he knows about the history of the Mandar race? He is usually within the pyramid.
Yeah, I feel like his grandfather might have left out some of the more interesting parts of that backstory. That doesn't entirely make sense to me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so we have 2 for this guy, then we also have 1 for Gordon Fleming. So yeah, let's head over there real quick. Nope. Yeah, it was this way. Easy to get turned around in this room. Okay. So yeah.
Oh, great and kind wizard, you have done it! 1,000 blessings upon you! You want to know about the history of the Mandar race? I'm sure you know we have been slaves of Kroks for ages. Curse their proud snouts. We were too weak-minded and the Kroks took advantage of us. But then, when the Kroks were cast into the sleep, we thought we would be free again. Ha! But are we free? Now the Marleybonians have come here, and we are servants again. And they are stealing our history right out from under our very feet. We need to be free from the curse of the Kroks and all these meddlesome Marleybonians. If only we could break this curse that we live under. Oh, great and powerful one, if you were to take the Tut's colors of ascent, they could never charm us again. Please defeat the Nirini Kroks in combat and take the vile colors from them. Would you do this for my people?
I'm not sure if you all can hear that. I don't think my mic is picking it up. But my dog is asleep and doing that barking sleep thing, where she's barking at something in her dream. It's very cute, but I'm not sure if it's like able to be picked up or not. I put a lot of noise gating on, so I don't think it should be picked up. Okay, let's see. Yep. So many side quests. So many indeed. The Krokotopia does have one of the more interesting sets of them. I feel like the biggest issue with the Krokotopia ones, though, is that the story behind them is a little bit interesting, but the actual... wait, do these guys bounce? Uh-oh. I didn't actually think about that. I mean, I should still one-shot them easily, it's just... I didn't actually realize that. Hopefully they don't put weaknesses on me. Yeah, biggest issue with Krokotopia is that the timeline doesn't really make sense to me. Because, like, you show up, and, like, these guys were apparently, like, raised from the dead or something. Or, like, were the Mandars raised from the dead, too? It's like, they're talking about, like, the Kroks doing it again, and, like, retaking over Krokotopia. But, like, everyone is, like, still acting like they were, like, doing this, like, just like yesterday. Like the Mandars are like, are acting like they weren't just like enslaved like a week ago, but they're actually like used to it at this point. So I'm very confused about like the timeline of Krokotopia. You know, Marleybone makes sense. You know, you show up and like this stuff starts happening. Mushu makes sense. It's like a civil war is going on and you show up like at the beginning of it, right? Krokotopia is like this weird mix of like, oh yeah, this all happened a really long time ago. Oh yeah, also no, it's like happening now. And like it's been happening for like years or something. Very confusing. Dragonspire has a similar thing going on in its. Wow, 3 power pips. What are the actual chances of that? 3 power pips and like 15% chance? I don't know. I'm not a math nerd. But yeah, it's very low as far as I can tell. Okay, cool. Yeah, Dragonspire has a similar thing where it's like, oh yeah, the Dragon Titan destroyed Dragonspire like a week ago. But everyone's acting like it happened like decades ago.
It is done. You have defeated our enemies. I will destroy these colors at once. You are most glorious. My people have been so inspired by your bravery that they have risked themselves to report some dark news. The Nerini champion will command the Charmed Ones to destroy anything in the Tut's way. We must remove the Charmed Slaves as a threat by defeating their master. You must defeat the Nerini champion in his chamber, but you must first get some essence of fire to summon him. Defeat some flame servants to gather the fire essence you will need. Then you will have to enter the chamber and summon him. Go now. The fate of these unlucky Charmed is in your hands, wizard.
You know, I kind of feel bad because this all sounds very high stakes, but I'd usually just completely skip over this stuff. Which really makes you question. Were these guys ever really a threat to begin with? I don't know. You know, that's something about that's like a pretty big problem, like a lot of video games and like stories in general, is like lack of proper compartmentalization. Like, because when you defeat the big bad, that's like it, like they completely fall apart. As if like there aren't like different like groups within like everything. And like even like among like one faction there's gonna be like a bunch of different people doing stuff. And so like they wouldn't just be doing their own thing and not immediately find out like that everything fell apart. So yeah, like, do these guys not do anything like in the story if you didn't do it because they found out that Krokopatcher was defeated, or what? I don't know. I don't think there would be a good explanation for it actually, besides just saying that the character does it canonically. Although to be honest, I'm not entirely sure how these things are even supposed to really like work. Like these guys, are they even on Krokopatcher's side? I actually don't even know. It kind of seems like they're just doing like their own thing. So many questions, so few answers. And very likely there aren't any actual good ones either. You just kind of have to accept it. Man. I should have eaten some food before I started. I'm starting to get pretty hungry. And also pretty tired. Yeah, I woke up like 2 hours ago. I woke up and then like I started streaming like 20 minutes afterwards. Which is actually pretty normal, I'd say. Not like for streamers in general, although it very well might be. But like for me, that's normally how I do it. But yeah. I was thinking I might end up streaming for like, yeah, we should still be able to kill with only a single blade. Yeah. I start streaming thinking I'd probably only do it for like 3-ish hours. And I think we're actually starting to get up to that point. I don't know how long I've been going actually, but it's 2:20 already. Let's see. No, never mind. I've only been going for about an hour and a half. I actually don't remember what time I started. But yeah. I think I might actually do like a PRP in 10 minutes, just like grab like a quick snack or something. So that way I can just wake up a little bit. And then just keep going until like, I don't know, 3 hours or so. Yeah, hopefully we can get a lot of progress done with Krokotopia today though. I think I might actually not stop. I might not do like a time thing. I think I might just keep going until I get to like I finish or get like, yeah, until like I finish like I'd say the Krokosphinx. So that way I can just come in next time and just finish the Tomb of Storms. I don't know. I'll play it by ear. But yeah. So anyways. This is overall still going pretty well. You know, I am making a lot of progress. There's just so many side quests I keep forgetting about. Okay, let's see. What is this? Is this a puzzle?
The gate opens.
Oh, no. It was just a little cutscene.
A wizard? Maybe you are here to free these pathetic Mandars. Such a pity. Your good nature will be your own undoing.
Okay. So this guy shouldn't be too tough. Yeah, he only has 520 health. Means 2 blades and the sandstorm will kill him for sure. Yeah, thankfully that is a pretty easy thing to predict early on in the game, is that based on the elements they have will decide what their HP is, so it's actually a lot easier to generally calculate going into it how much HP they'll have. Especially early on in like Arc 1, that's a much more consistent way to find out about it than pretty much anything else. This is a little tip to remember. Not like if you see like an ice enemy or something, that usually means they're gonna have the highest amount of HP, so if you're barely killing the enemies, you'll want to make sure to like add some extra damage into your deck somehow. If you're like facing against an enemy who's gonna have higher amounts of HP. Alright, cool. Yeah, just like that.
Thank you, wizard. You have spared us from having to serve that mean, horrible Krok. I hope that you will be able to defeat the Tuts, so that the Mandars may live in peace once more.
Alright, cool. Yeah, nothing too great right now. I need to talk to Salin, Dane, and Danforth. I guess we can just head back to the beginning. The Oasis, that is. And talk to this guy, see if he is going to give us anything else to head further in.
You learned all that by talking with Salam? Quite the hothead he is. I hope he does not stir up too much trouble. The Mandars are a docile race, you know. Hedge mentioned the Chamber of the Chosen. I have heard that the texts of our ancestors were stored there, but no one knows where that chamber is. Could you find out information about it? I fear rousing the Marleybonians' curiosity, though. But maybe Prospector Zeke would know of it.
You know, while we're here, I'm actually going to see really quick if I can do this. So I think this guy actually drops pretty good wands, all things considered. So I might look into that. Let's see. So in here you can fight 2 different skeleton key bosses, both of which are wooden skeleton key bosses, I think. And we already have one from doing the drains. So let's see. It should be Ra and Sapoti. And depending on which one we do, we should get a pretty good thing. So yeah. Yeah, Sapoti has like 3,000 health. He has a lot. Okay. I should still be able to beat him, all things considered. But let's see. Does he drops the... I think it'd be the Bleak Staff? No. Okay, well generally speaking, yeah, Honor Staff I think is what it is. Yeah, so he'd give us a wand that gives us a pip and 2 damage. Along with some damage cards. And Ra gives us... Let's see. Yeah, Ra would be a lot more difficult. He's a cheating boss. Yeah, it's a cheating boss and he's also a balance. I'm not sure about soloing him right now, but he does drop level 20 here. Yeah, he drops level 20 here. That's actually pretty good. It gives balance damage, universal resist, and stuff like that. So, really we should be doing him, but I'm not sure about beating him solo. Then again, I'm also not certain about soloing the Olympus either. So let's see. I guess our best shot would be going for the Hydra trap again. I'm throwing in some shields. You know what? Sure. Let's try to solo Ra real quick. After that, I think I'll do a quick BRB. If I can get the Hydra off, it shouldn't be too difficult. I'll just feint, then I will use my blades, and then I will hit him with the Hydra.
Excuse me, I forgot to put the sign on the door, but this reading room is occupied at this hour. I have it reserved every day, in fact. When the sun reaches its zenith, this is the only time during the day that I get to break from balancing the blasted thing. Say, though, I've been looking for a bright, beaming young wizard just like you. One who might someday share my responsibility. You seem to have a sunny disposition, but can you take the heat? Come, face me, and prove you don't burn too easily.
Yeah, why not? We've got it. I've got this. Why not? If nothing else, I should be able to one-shot his minions.
Let us accelerate this contest.
Yeah, so this guy cheats. And what that means is basically, you'll get to do stuff for free. If you don't know. But thankfully it's not too big of a deal, because all of his cheats actually can end up helping us more than they can hurt us. And despite using that cheat, yeah, you see, there's a cheat where every turn you'll put like a black mantle on himself and his own teammates, so he'll put like a precision on them. So it can actually end up hurting you too. What makes this doable is the fact they all start with 1 pip. That's the important thing to note. Is that if they got more than 1 pip, this probably wouldn't be doable, honestly. Let's see, was that? That was the item card. Right, okay. So, because they all start with 1 pip, this should be a lot more doable. Yeah, so now he gave them all precisions. Yeah, so now they're probably only going to hit us with like 1 or 2 pip spells, which will do a decent amount of damage to us with how little health we have. But should still be doable. So yeah, let's see, they're barely hitting us at all. Yeah, if we got the gear from this guy, we're probably not going to get much of anything off of him, frankly, but if we did, it would be pretty good. So we'll throw an elemental shield on ourselves, which should help a lot. Because it looks like Ra's gonna hit, and I don't think he'll hit us with his pure bounce attack. Oh, he did. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, well, I need my Hydra, and I need balance pips. And I also need my Feint. Yeah, I need power pips. I need stuff. Thankfully we have all of the shields we could possibly get hit by now. So, again, it shouldn't be too hard. Now cool, he throws down the spirit shields instead. If I throw down elemental shields, I might not be able to kill that guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I got like some power pips. Oh, of course, this is unicorn. I thought he was gonna hit me. What's he doing? Oh. I didn't know he could do that. Cool. So I might not need Feint anymore, but what I do need is I need to draw a Hydra, so we'll need to start discarding stuff. Throw another elemental shield down. Yeah, so we're probably not even gonna bother going for the Feint, because at this point we're taking so much damage, we just have to hit. Okay, well there's the Hydra. There's that. I don't know, I'd have to rely on getting that. We'll just pass. Oh, cool. He helped us out further. Nice. Yeah, I didn't want to risk putting a 30% trap on us, and then leave us in a situation where he would have hit me for increased damage. While also, potentially making it harder for me to actually get the attack off. Because as it is right now, I can definitely get it off the next turn. I was expecting to get more power pips from this, because the rest of this has been a little bit misleading in comparison. You know, I was getting power pips all the time. But yeah, this should kill all of his minions. And if it does that, it should also bring him close, and I missed. Great, I fizzled. Well, that sucks. Okay, well, thankfully they're not attacking, so... Yeah, and thankfully I also have a bunch of fire shields up. Yeah, we're still close to dead, though. Okay, so if this one doesn't hit, we're dead. Okay, come on. 90% accuracy, we got this. Perfect. Storm, please. It's max damage. Yes! Okay, it only did 2100. But even if we die against him, we should be able to just teleport right back in and take him out individually. Yeah, but he's probably going to hit us now and kill us immediately. Oh, now he gave us decreased incoming damage. That's interesting. Yeah, the second he hits us, we're dead, though. Yeah, we're dead. Thankfully, if I'm correct... Oh, never mind, that resets them all. Okay, so yeah, we need to get the Feint off. So, for this battle specifically, I guess we'll just have to balance it out for that. So, okay, how should I do this? Do I have anything? Anything at all I can use? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's better. So remove that. Remove these. I guess throw in some pixies and healing things. And then... yeah, I guess that's about all we can do right now. So we have to beat Ura legitimately. Hopefully we didn't go second now. Yeah, we're going second. Never mind. Yeah, generally speaking, even in like a fair fight, if you go second, you're pretty much going to die most of the time. It's better just flee, get your mana back, just go back in. So yeah, let's grab some mana. Okay, so I'll definitely beat Rock. I'm not gonna give up until I actually do it. Yeah, sorry. This went into a weird direction where now I'm sort of like just focusing entirely on trying to solo this. But I will do it. Yeah, and Roz is completely glitched out. He's in like a weird like jumping T-pose and he's still going first. I guess if he doesn't go second next time, then I'll just have to keep going with the fight. Just that way I don't drag it out for too long. More than likely I'm going to lose again anyways, so it's not like too big of a deal. But yeah. I just want to make it at least somewhat more beatable. I was kind of hoping I could do the thing where I could just beat his minions and then go back in. But yeah. I'll be able to beat this legitimately this time, I think. Okay. Okay, yeah, well, I'm going second, so...
Let us accelerate this contest.
I think before this used to buff our pips, and that's why it says let's accelerate it. That was the original implication of it.
Accuracy is such a fickle thing.
The thing that happened, though, was they changed it, so... now because Balance of Power gives you damage instead of power pip chance, now the entire fight revolves around doing more damage rather than getting power pips faster. So yeah. Okay. Well, we got both of our blades right off the bat, and we also got Hydra in hand, so this time we'll definitely need to throw down the thing. And cool. He actually threw down elemental shields. That's not good. Okay, what can we do here? Okay, cool. We'll just throw down Feint immediately, just to kind of get it out of the way. Hopefully someone will waste a 1-pip spell trying to get rid of it. Oops, hopefully someone will waste the trap with a 1-pip spell, and he puts Spirit Armor on it. Okay, well, this one is immediately going, like, way, way, way worse than the previous ones. Because not only am I going second, but now they're also throwing down, like, the actual shield thingies and stuff. Oh no, what do I do? I think I should just flee again at this point. So that Spirit Armor means that this feint basically just got negated. Because I still don't do enough damage. Okay, well, we actually managed to get a power pip, so I don't know, let's see. Yeah, cool, so they did that. Yeah, but that Spirit Armor basically just negated everything I was doing, because 400 damage is basically about how much I think the feint will actually end up having added to it. So that's not good. Okay, so if we get a power pip next turn, we'll be able to hit with the Hydra, and then we can see how much it does. Probably should have gone for Sapoti just so I could get the better wand. But I did kind of want to try soloing Raw. Because he is harder than like every Krakatopia boss, so if we can beat him now, this is pretty much saying like, yeah, we can beat Krakatopia at any time. Cool. So come on, power them. Come on, give it to me. And no power. Okay. So I'll throw down Spirit Shields, just that way I have one of each. Yep. Whole one's useless now. Spirit Armor plus Shields means, yeah, we're completely not going to do any damage to it now. We're going to do like maybe 1,000, and that's like with both the Blades and the Fate. And 1,000 would be generous. Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't throw down any, like, good shields last time, and he didn't have a Spirit Armor either. I'm gonna have to flee, because it's impossible to win at this point. I just don't have enough cards. And he threw down a thing. Okay. Yeah. This run went absolutely terribly. It's funny though that I've actually taken overall less damage than I did in the previous one. Yeah. Yeah, this is impossible. I was just kind of curious to see how much it would do. But yeah, no. I need to flip. Okay. I was only curious to see how much it would actually do, but then they threw down the thing. Kroko is hard for balance. So many balance enemies. That is true. And welcome, Sleeping Owl. But the biggest issue with Ra is that, I'm trying to beat him with this. Currently, this is just a side boss. I just wanted to spend my skeleton key on something. And I kind of wanted to see if I could do it. But, as it turns out, I'm having a lot more trouble because... You know, first one, I just got beaten down and died from, like, the damage I was taking. But this time, he, like, threw down a bunch of shields and stuff, too. So I was just completely overwhelmed. Yeah. As long as he doesn't throw down shields, and as long as he doesn't get spirit armor from his life minion again, I think it's doable. I just need good luck. Yeah, but I'm not going first anymore, so... This is actually pretty bad. So let's see. Yeah, we got the regular one on. So it's time for a shield. Yeah, and he already put down an elemental shield on himself, which means, again, this is now impossible. Next, the thing is, as it is, I don't have Spectral Blast, so I can't even get rid of any of the shields and hope that both hit for the specific element. So yeah, the second he throws down any of those, I just can't do enough damage to get over that 3k damage. Whoa. Ah, so I keep having to flee. And I'm out of potions. Thankfully it's not going to be too difficult, because I mentioned before how easy it is to get these back. And that should give us back max mana. Yeah, there we go. Then we just need to get up to 1700 again. Twice, and we'll have all the potions back. I think like the actual specific number to max it out is like 1580 or something, but I haven't calculated it out specifically. Because sometimes it'll like fill your potion up almost completely. But like, won't finish it off. Thankfully it's super easy, so it's absolutely worth it. Okay. So, attempt number, I don't know, 5 at this point? Let's see. Is there anything else we can do? Like I said, I don't really have anything at all that I can actually, like, use to increase my odds. I think it really is just I have to go for a perfect chance. And I already used up my skeleton key, so it's not like I can just leave. Skeleton keys are hard to get.
Let us accelerate this contest.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do here. And he already threw down a black mantle. Interesting, Heckhound. A 1-pip Heckhound, that's a really interesting one. That's only do like 30 damage each turn, but it will make it so I can't put down shields anymore. Yeah, so the biggest threat about Ra isn't because he has balance resist, it's because he has balance spells. So he can throw down shields, he can throw down weaknesses, he can throw down black mantles and stuff. In order for me to win, he has to basically use none of them. Which, on the first one I did, he didn't, and I also was going first. But then I just ran out of HP and couldn't beat it before I could use any more damage spells on him, so we just kind of need that perfect run again, and this time I have healing and stuff. Oh cool, we're actually getting a bunch of these power pips this time.
Accuracy is such a fickle thing.
Cool. Yeah, he's spending on the unicorn even though they don't feed it. So my idea is I just need Hydra in hand. So I need to discard the shields because ideally next turn they'll be dead. Because I'll get Power Pip and Hydra in hand and then I'll be able to kill all the minions, so I don't even need the shield. I think Ra uses balances exclusively. Yeah, so you see that plan didn't work at all because we didn't get anything good out of it. So this is actually a really bad situation for me. So, yeah. Chances are I'm probably dead this turn. Ra's gonna hit me with that faint trap on me. That's gonna do like 400. Yeah. This guy's probably gonna hit me with 3-pip in this spell, which he has a trap on and a blade. Oh, never mind. He just put up another blade. Yeah, thing is, if he attacks me next turn, I'm dead. Because I don't have enough HP to survive a hit, and I'm going second. So, this is why you really need to go first every turn. in order to just be able to beat this. Yeah, like I said, if I had gotten my Hydra and I'd gotten a Power Pip, I probably could have won this, and he also just threw down elemental shields, so this would have been impossible anyways. Yeah, man, now Fire Guy's gonna kill me. Oh, never mind, he fizzled. Chances are I will kill. Oh no, I did. Cool. Oh, and I got Storm too. Yes, that was like minus 50%. I would have won there, by the way. That's what that meant. If he didn't throw down that elemental shield, I would have won just now. I would have done over 3,000 damage and he would have been dead. Oh, cool, he healed. And now I healed. And I wouldn't have healed enough, I don't think. But hopefully, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so shields are useless. Now the biggest issue is I just don't have enough damage. Like, I don't think I can actually hurt him. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Soloing in this game relies way more heavily on RNG, it seems like, than anything else. Yeah, now he has the minus incoming damage. Let's see how much this actually does. Yeah, and he's getting health back. Yeah, not possible. Not possible right now, at least. Yeah, it only did 300. Yeah, it really needs to be a perfect run type of thing. Okay, thankfully. I don't know, should I just rename the stream to me spending the next like 4 hours trying to solo Raw? Okay, cool. We actually went first this time. And we also got some other interesting stuff. Got a good hand this time. Nice, so this might very well be the run we were looking for. That's the thing, he can elemental shield them, but if he elemental shields himself, or if that guy puts a spirit shield on him, I think it's useless. Okay, we'll throw down the feint now. Okay, so we'll need to use Elemental Shield next turn because Fire Guy's got some stuff set up. This will do a pretty decent amount too. Okay, come on, we got it this time. I believe. Okay, so we just need to throw down Elemental Shields. So Fire Guy can't take out like half of our HP in one shot. Oh, you'd better not. Okay, he threw a Black Nipple at me. Which is also really bad, but it's not too bad. Oh, he went for a Fire Cat instead. That's also pretty bad too, actually, because that means he can also just use a... I don't know if he actually has Sunbird or not. I don't know, I guess that would depend. Yeah, we didn't draw Elemental Shields anyways, so you have to go for Bounce Blade. Black Mantle didn't hurt us too much. Yeah, we might need to go for a heal next turn. And just rely entirely on hoping we get power pips.
Let's balance things out a bit.
Yeah, last time we were blessed with power pips. This time we're not getting much of any. And we're getting hit with a lot of stuff right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for a pixie. Got a ghoul instead of an elemental shield, so whatever fire guy hits us with, it's gonna be big. Oh, never mind. He threw Black Mantis on them. Nice. That's what we needed. Oh, and still went through. And he also hit us with meteor strikes. This is gonna do like the strongest amount of damage possible. Yeah, 539. That's pretty much all of it. Yeah, we'll throw down spirit shields. That way Myth Guy can't hit us with that blade straight on. Ah. Yeah, this is bad. Probably just gonna die. Man, this is so hard. So many different ways this could go. Yeah, he's going for Humunga Frog. So it's good that I went for the shield. But I'm pretty sure we're just delaying the inevitable unless we start pulling out the power pips. How you expect to win this? Luck. Lots of luck. And welcome, life. 1228. Yes. With lots of luck, we could potentially do this. Because I've actually gotten close. I have technically done over 3,000 damage to him and killed all of the minions at the same time in a previous run. The thing is, he threw down an elemental shield on himself. So, it put us in a very awkward position where we technically won, but if he had just not cast that one spell, it would have won for sure. So, technically, we just need a perfect run. And we win. Doing some sort of challenge? Yes, but this is not specifically it. This playthrough is actually meant to be... I think we might have just done it, by the way. Yeah, this playthrough is meant to be a shadow spell playthrough, where once I get shadow spells, I only use those. But this is just me going to... Okay, so we hit him with the weakest possible hit. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I mean, I might just have to give up on this. Because, again, it'd be like a perfect run, but I already wasted the wooden skeleton key. So, that's his point. Yeah. Once I get to like level 98 and get the shadow spells, I'll be using those exclusively, so that's like the challenge of like the playthrough, but this was just meant to be like me trying to do it. Just sort of like a small break, just to see if I could. Solo running? Yeah. The entire game is going to be solo. The actual challenge is going to be when I get the shadow spells, and I'm going to be trying to beat the entire game with just shadow creatures solo. But that's a really long time away, so I figured I might as well try to have some fun in the earlier worlds where I can. You know? But yeah. Bosses like that would just require too much RNG right now, I think. I can't really think of any other strategies besides just relying on that. So I think for now, I'll just say whatever to the Wind Skeleton Key and just move on with the main quest of Krakatopia. Because after like 6 attempts, I'd say that was enough to say that, yeah, we just can't do it right now. So, yeah. Let's get back to regular questing for a bit.
Yuppin' horn toads. You say you're looking for the Chamber of the Chosen? I thought that was a Mandar myth. None of them Marlebonians believe it be existing, but I did see some glyphs concerning that chamber down in the Royal Hall. Take this parchment and make a rubbing of the glyphs. Then take the parchment back to Zane for translating. Look for a statue with only one brazier. Just past and dig down there.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about what spells I have. And outside of a perfect run, it just doesn't seem possible. I mean, maybe I could try weaknesses or black mantles instead of shields, but I don't know about that. Yeah, we'll need to fix that deck anyways. So, adding more blades, taking out that, taking out that. Oh, okay. That deck works for now. So I think we'll just get back to normal questing from now on. And then try to solo Ra again a little bit later. Like maybe, I don't know, after Kroktopia? Then again, there's not really any point, because then we'll have to try to solo Olympus, I guess. I think I need to also look up some balanced strategies early on in the game. Let's see. So this one's going to be at the dig site. Yep, there. It's definitely possible, though. Eating Ra with just what we have right now, it should definitely be possible. It's just a matter of whether or not we can get lucky enough to actually pull it off. Because we got close there. If we'd gotten a storm hit, I think we would have won.
You take a rubbing at the statue's base.
Okay, anything else in here? This guy. Yeah, okay. Pretty simple.
Try the water? All the water on Kroktopia tastes salty due to all the sand. I sometimes wish I had stayed back in Marleybone. Great Majesty of the Queen, that water is delicious. Thank you. I will always endeavor to fill my canteen at the well from now on. You know, I found an old Mandar scroll. Could you give it to Hetch in appreciation for bringing this incredible water to my attention? Thanks again, young wizard.
Very nice. Oh, nice. We got some kelp.
Dr. Fleming found an ancient Mandar scroll? Now I wish I had listened to my great-great-grandmandar when he tried to teach me how to read the old language. I would really like to know what is on this ancient Mandar scroll. Would you do me a favor and ask Professor Winthrop what it says? Please?
So yeah, originally I was also doing the Ra fight, so that way I could beat it. And then also afterwards I was going to do a BRB. So I'm going to grab a quick snack and head to the bathroom, and then I will be back with more of this after we talk to Zane.
You found writing relating to the Chamber of the Chosen. Give me a moment to translate it. Alas, I cannot translate this. This uses glyphs I do not recognize. Talk with Tinu Bakmal. He is more familiar with such things.
Yeah. So it's a shame we couldn't beat Ra, but yeah, I'm gonna do that BRB really quick, so I will see you all in a little bit. Maybe like 3 minutes. Ah, yes. Thank you for the follow, Life. 1228. I'm not sure how I should actually pronounce it. Oh, 1228. Yeah, thank you for following. Yeah, I just want a quick break. I grabbed some leftover Halloween candy since I still have a lot of it. Got lots of trick-or-treaters this year, which I suppose isn't too surprising, but yeah, it is how it is. So right, this guy. He's in this little building over here, I think. Yeah, just some Halloween candy to help wake me up a little bit.
Ooh,
And put something in my stomach.
hello again. It is so good to see you, my friend. No one ever comes down here to visit with me. I don't know why. Ooh, you need me to translate your glyphs? Yes, I study glyphs as a hobby. Not many people do it, you know. Ooh, you need to go to the lower level of the Altar of Kings. Down there you will find the sacred chamber. You will find it there. Yes.
Okay, so I guess it wasn't a one-time thing. I guess he really does just talk like this. Constant oohs and yeses. I guess it really just talk like that. Just like normally. Yeah. Okay. So talk to this guy, and then we need to head into the Chamber of Fire.
You would like me to translate an ancient Mandar scroll? Well, I'm not versed in ancient Mandar, but I know Danforth is. See him at the excavation site.
So much walking around.
You find the hallway blocked. Report this.
Ah, my poor little dog wants so much attention. I'm not giving you any right now. Yeah. I think I'll keep going until I finish the side quests for the pyramid. At least, because... Let's see. Finishing the pyramid should... Actually, I think the pyramid is actually one of the longer ones. With all the side quests added on.
The lower hallway leading to the Chamber of the Chosen is blocked? The old scrolls of the Mandar race are lost. Wait! The hallway in the Altar of Kings was damaged when the Marleybonians began their excavations. Maybe someone was in there before the collapse. Check with Professor Winthrop. He was overseeing the excavations, so he should surely know what is beyond the hallway.
Okay. So yeah, I wasn't expecting these questions to be so long. It's been so long since I've done them, I kind of forgot what they were all about. I kind of wanted to finish Krokotopia in 3 different parts. Where like I do the Pyramid of the Sun, then I do the Krokos Sphinx, then I do the Tomb of Storms. If I'm remembering correctly, we still have this entire upper section to do as well. So that means I'll be picking up gear that gives more shadow hit percent chance over everything else. Actually, kind of, but also no. So, obviously we're going to need to do a lot of damage, but most of the battles, as far as I can tell, will turn into sort of attrition fights, meaning that it'll take a lot of turns to do. So, in actuality, the most important stats are going to be universal resist, as well as critical block. So I was mentioning this before, and I think I'll talk about it a little bit after I talk to this guy.
Yes, I jolly well remember that hallway crashing in on us. Luckily, no one got hurt. You can get to the same place through one of the doors in the Chamber of Fire. Just turn right at the first intersection. Nothing of value in there.
So, I think most people are familiar with using shadow spells as a damage source in PvP with the Dark Nova strategy, which is fine, you know, focusing entirely on universal damage. You know, like a lot of people are talking about the Forge Master's boots from the bundle would add 33 universal damage. That's the most important thing. Which works fine when you're fighting one person, and that one person only has like 11,000 health. But I'm going to be fighting enemies that have like 30k health.
It has been a while since someone has challenged us. It will be a pity to defeat you so quickly. Prepare for battle, wizard.
And they're also going to have... Yeah, sorry about that. My dog just decided to start barking at something. Yeah. But since I'll be fighting enemies with so much HP, the maximum amount of damage I'll be able to do will be limited by how long I can stay alive, because every single one will focus more on blade stacking and trap stacking more than anything else. So I'll be throwing down lots of feints and lots of balance blitz. And so the general idea is, it doesn't really matter how long it'll take me to get Shadow Pips, as long as I can stay alive long enough to use them. And so, the most important stats are going to be the defensive ones. So, instead of using something with a lot of universal damage, I'm going to be focusing on gear that gives me some amount of universal damage, but more importantly, universal resist and critical block. Because Shadow creatures can't crit, so crit is a completely useless stat. So we don't even need to look at gear that gives crit. Pierce is okay, but we don't really need it. And everything else is, you know, whatever. So, the three most important stats in terms of, like, importance are going to be universal resist, then critical block, then damage. Because no matter how little our damage is going to be, it's going to be supplemented by how much blades and traps we can use.
You pick up the book containing the Mandar race's long-lost history. History of the Mandar race. For thousands of years, the Mandar race lived in harmony and peace. Then one day, a piece of floating earth showed up near the oasis. This piece of floating earth contained Kroks, who were tired and hungry from their trek. They were fed and their needs attended, but soon they began to take advantage of the Mandar's hospitality. Soon they began to unleash their powers and cruelty upon the Mandars. And from then on, the Mandar race has lived under the tyrannical rule of the Kroks. The Mandars believe that one day, a person of great power will come and throw off the shackles of the Kroks. The Mandars will once more live free.
Yes, that is right. I am going to be going through all the dialogue, and I'm also going to be listening to it, because it has been a long time since I've actually gone through this story. And also, I think that I actually have gotten a few beginners in here before, so I think it'd be good just to go over it with them. Yeah, so I'm not going to skip any of the dialogue. I also don't want to, like, speak over it. I kind of just want to let it, do its own thing and, appreciate it, you know? At least for, this playthrough. If I end up playing through the game again with a different build, it'll probably be a little bit different. I might just skip through it all. But for this one specifically, I just wanted to take my time and sort of enjoy it. But yeah, the reason why I'm not going to go like pure Shadow Pip percentage, or at this point it's rating, so the reason why I'm not going to focus on Shadow Pip rating is because the spells take 2 turns to be used in the first place. There's not really any point, because you can't really spam them, and even if you did, they wouldn't do much, so it wouldn't be reliable to actually focus on getting them out as quickly as possible, but rather making sure that each one of them reaches their maximum effect in time.
The lost history of the Mandar race! You have returned to us something that we will hold dear for countless generations. I will keep it safe here in the library for all my days. 1,000,000 thanks be bestowed on you. This act will long be remembered.
But yeah, another reason I don't want to skip through the dialogue is because, you know, there's lots of good voice acting, some pretty good dialogue in the game. But also, more importantly, when I was going through Wizard City, there were also lots of really good mistakes that were made, where they just, like, randomly would switch voice actors, or the wrong line would play or something, and I just find it hilarious. So I'm kind of hoping that more of those will pop up over time. Especially, like, when we get to other places and stuff, you just kind of have to appreciate it as it happens. Okay, let's see. So we head over to the activation site, talk to this guy again. We haven't fought those dark fairies yet, and I'm not sure when they're actually going to pop up.
I knew it! I knew you could defeat the Nerini champion from the moment I met you. Mark my words, young one. Your bravery in the Pyramid of the Sun shall be remembered.
Because I know there is a quest where you go through and you fight, like, some dark fairies in, like, a room. Like, some dark sprites. But I don't remember when that happens, but I'm pretty sure it happens in the Pyramid of the Sun at some point, so I need to look out for that. Make sure I'm not accidentally skipping another quest. So I'm not just doing all the dialogue, I also decided I'm going to do all the side quests as well.
Wonderful! You have found the Keystone! You are a true archaeologist, my friend. I haven't been twiddling my thumbs either. I learned they divided the Keystone into 2 pieces in order to ensure the safety of the palace. Who knew? You say you need some ancient Mandar translated? I'll do my best. It says that there is a beguiler who's been charming the Mandars. The Mandars have been enslaved due to this mage's spells. They say there is a chamber nearby that houses the souls of the ancient charmed Mandars. Probably just a myth. I'd investigate, but I'm far too busy. Can you search outside the excavation? Look for a door with 2 obelisks beside it. Tell me if you find it. There's only one thing to do, and I'm afraid it's up to you. According to these inscriptions, the Nerini Quartermaster has the final piece of the Keystone. You will have to defeat him in combat and get it for us. Can you do that?
I most certainly can. Because beating up people is what students are best at doing, apparently. I think I'll just do this quest first. Let's get the side quests out of the way. Because after the Quartermaster, I think it's up to the final section of the Pyramid of the Sun. And then after that, it would be the dungeon where we get access to the Kroks Sphinx. If I'm remembering Krokotopia correctly. I usually just kind of breeze through this place, so I don't really remember how everything works. But yeah.
You locate the Chamber of the Charmed.
Okay, we located it. Now what? We have to go back and talk to him? Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted. My dog is doing something. In the background. I'm not too concerned about the noise, I'm more concerned about why exactly she's digging around. She's like looking for something. Looks like she's trying to bury a bone in a blanket or something. Oops.
You found the chamber already? You would make a great archaeologist. That's an important find for the Mandars. You may want to tell Hetch right away.
Yeah, normally I don't get distracted this much. At least not at this nowadays usually. But it's I don't know, something about my dog is just super excited today. I think I might take her on a walk after I'm done with stream. I just made a new life wizard doing all the side quests, but skip the dialogue, only listen to like Imperia. That's understandable, I guess. Especially when there's so much. I was talking about it earlier, but yeah. There's a absolute just insane amount, especially in Arc 1, of side quests that don't really contribute much to the actual world. Which is why I was more so okay with like them like reducing the amount of side quests in like Imperia and stuff. Because now there's only like a handful, but they all like contribute to it. Whereas this one, it's more like a long chain of defeat and collect quests that basically just end with you fighting a boss, and it'll maybe tell you a little bit about the lore. But there is still a lot of interesting stuff to listen to. Like, occasionally, you just have to pay attention for it.
You found the Chamber of the Charmed? I thought that was just a myth. I'm glad you got that scroll translated.
Part of the reason why I'm doing it is just because, you know, I like listening to dialogue, but also it's, generally, like, if you skip over it completely, you might miss, like, the few good bits that are actually, like, in there. Oh, wow. Alrighty, we're back to 2 more side quests.
I heard that the souls of the charmed Mandars are being held there. It may be a myth, but can you please look into it? Why, hello there. It's pretty lonely out here. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. I heard there was this interesting book about Mandars at the library. Do you think you could get it for me?
Yeah, again, if I ever just like stop and go quiet, it's because my dog is just like messing with stuff for some reason.
You need a book about Mandars? Let me check for you. Ah, that book is on loan to the Wizard City Library. You will have to go there to get it.
Yeah. But I guess that makes sense that you made a new life wizard now that I'm actually thinking about it, because that's what your name is, I'm guessing. Yeah. Starting new wizards is always kind of an interesting process, because I usually skip through everything too. Although honestly at this point I also just skip the side quests too. At least on like my normal wizards. Because rarely you get enough experience from the main quests to reach max level before you even finish the final world. So there's really no reason to do the side quests a lot of the time. But this is sort of a special exception to doing it. So I figured I might as well. Oh yeah, she had a quest at some point. I have no idea what it is though. Digging into a new challenge.
Hello, young wizard. Have you heard about
oh right.
socketing?
This is the
I've already
tool
told
socketing
Catherine
tutorial.
all about you, and she's anxious to meet. Go speak with her when you get a chance.
I'm gonna do all
and
side
tell her I
quests
say
except for all
hello.
the tutorials. Mostly just because there's so many of them. If I decide to do them, I'll do them like off stream.
Ah, yes. I believe we may have that book. Just a moment while I look. There's a note here that says somebody previously checked that book out and lost it in some crates in the excavation site. If you go to Krokotopia, could you look around the excavation site and find the book? Once you find the book, you should take it to the Krokotopia library and return it.
Good guess, but nah. I want to be able to solo. Plus, I want to be higher when I reach my main quests. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, Life, I think, shouldn't have too much of a difficulty soloing, just because it's a lot easier for life to heal than any other school. Except for, like, death, because they heal themselves, and they're also the best school just in general for soloing. But, yeah. I guess that makes sense. Being a higher level for the quests is generally a good idea. I mean, it also depends on if you do Winter Tusk. Because Winter Tusk, for some reason, just gives you way too much XP, frankly. Because you go from, like, being, like, Grandmaster level to being, like level 45, and you can get to, like, 60 from just that. Yeah. It is always good to be a little bit of a higher level, just so that way you can kind of cheese the higher level areas with the next tier of gear, like how you can fight, you know, a lot of Arc 2 really early on with the good gear. Like the good level 60, like Waterworks and stuff gear, or you can also beat Morganth with the Darkmoor gear. It helps a lot, especially when you're soloing. Let's see. No, it's in this crate.
You find a book within the crate.
Yeah, part of the reasons why I'd usually skip the Krokotopia ones is just because of stuff like this, where you just have to, like, go in between Wizard City and Krokotopia for pretty much no reason. It's just to add, like, a little extra time to it.
I just heard that the book was lost, and you seem to have found it. How wonderful!
I do really appreciate the voice acting on the Mandars, though. I do like a lot of the voice acting that they did for the original thing. The original quests, that is. I just like how they sound. I think they did a really good job.
Okay, you are all set. You can now take the book to Hech Aldim. Tell him to return it when he is done.
Oh, can't switch over to the Bazaar from this one. That's weird. Winter Tusk is Grizzleheim Part 2? That is correct. Sorry. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure like, how much whoever is watching knows about things, but I pretty much have this entire game memorized. Well, a lot of it. I misremember a lot of stuff, it seems like, but yeah. Winter Tusk is Grizzleheim Part 2. You gain access to it at like level 40, 54. I don't know, you gain access to it at a weird time.
Are you thirsty?
Right, this is the crafting quest.
I can
help. There we go. Winter Tusk is Grizzleheim Part 2, so like the original Grizzleheim gives you like no XP, but then like Winter Tusk gives you like 12 levels worth, and it's just an insane amount for like how quickly you get up with it.
Thanks. I was feeling kind of lonely. This book should help take care of that. I hope it's as good as I've heard.
It also gives you access to some really good crafting recipes and stuff too. So like, if you go through all of the side quests, right, and like you include Winter Tusk in that, generally by like the end of it, you'll be like stronger than you, like way stronger than you actually need to be. And then like you'll never actually need to like level grind or like do side quests 4 levels at any point after that. Because you'll be at like a really strong level of power, relatively speaking, for like the rest of Arc 2. And then after that, it'll just be getting up to Darkmoor gear, and that's generally how most people do it. Let's see. Is it in the Far Hall? BRP in your geology class? Oh, dude, focus on school. I don't want people to be watching me while they're in classes. That's just irresponsible. I always recommend focus on your actual school and stuff first and foremost. Yeah. So if I'm correct, we have a lot of the Pyramid of the Sun left. But
Please, Save us from our eternal enslavement. Even in the afterlife, we are still bound to serve our master. Save us from the Soul Keeper.
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff for the Pyramid of the Sun left. How did we get pulled into a fight from that? What? We were on this thing. We were on this thing. That's supposed to be like the sidewalk. We're supposed to be safe during it. Okay, whatever. There's lots of side quests left in the Pyramid of the Sun, but I'm pretty sure in terms of like the main quests, we're pretty much done with it. So, yeah. I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna end up working out. Because we're getting close to the 3-hour mark, but it's about when I was gonna end it. In about 30-ish minutes. We might end it in like 30 minutes to 50 minutes from now. But yeah, I'm thinking I might do what I did before and finish the main quest of the Pyramid of the Sun. So we can unlock the Kroks, get our Mandar minion spell, and then I will end it there, but then we'll go back the next stream and finish all the other side quests we didn't get around to. Because I did the same thing with Wizard City. And it does seem like a pretty good strategy. Just so that way I can say I finished certain areas and refizzled. Yeah, so I can say I actually finished the Pyramid of the Sun, but I'll still have stuff left to do in it when next stream comes around. It should be tomorrow at around the same time. There we go. We weren't even supposed to fight those guys. That was just a waste of time. Yeah, we got 12 gold out of that. Yeah, I think once we defeat the Narini Quartermaster, we'll be doing the final hallway of the Pyramid of the Sun, and then after that it'll just be the dungeon of it. And I'm pretty sure that's the main quest, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I completely forgot how many of these there were, though. Let's see, are there any I'm missing currently? Looks like it. Oh no, wait, is William? Yeah, I think William is the crafted guy.
You think you can just come in here and take my Mandars? They are mine for all eternity.
Oh, cool, 4-on-1. So, this is going to be a little bit awkward, because this guy's ice, and that means that he has a lot of HP. He could have like up to almost 1,000 actually. Oh, never mind. He has barely any at all. He has less than like one of the fire bosses I fought earlier, I think. That's bizarre. Normally whenever they're like ice, they have like up to like 800 or 900. Okay, how we doing? So yeah, we should be able to just do the same thing we did before, just double blade and then sandstorm him to death. Not bad, not bad. I started on the crafting thing, but I don't think I'll continue with it either. Because I already have max crafting on another character, and I don't think I'll be crafting anything for this character. So, there's not really much of a reason for me to use crafted gear in this playthrough anyways. Man, we are fizzling a lot. With this wand, we should have 90% accuracy, but we're missing, like, all the time now. In the same way we were getting lots of power pips earlier. I guess that's the nature of RNG, that sometimes we get like, certain trends, and then they just, like, start and stop randomly. It's just very difficult to keep up with because it gives you a false sense of security. Oh boy, that was a very pleasant death sound to listen to. How did we not kill him? Yeah, the Mandars have a very interesting death sound. I guess not death, because we're not killing them, because they're just innocent slaves, I guess. It's like, I don't think we're killing them, although we do totally kill people. That's one of the things I like about Wizard101 more, you know, is that when you really get into it, it becomes very clear that, the wizard is a very violent person.
Thank you for freeing us, young wizard. All of us within this chamber can now go to a peaceful afterlife.
Oh, they're supposed to be ghosts, but they're not at all. They're not. Well, that guy isn't. I think the other ones might be. They might have been. I wasn't really paying attention. It's supposed to be kind of transparent. I think Woo-Yan might be the crafting guy. Yeah, we'll turn in this quest, we'll get whatever this amulet is. It probably won't be anything usable. And then I think we'll just do the main quests until we finish the Pyramid of the Sun.
You freed the souls of the charmed Mandars from the Soul Keeper. I never could have hoped for such a thing of those trapped in eternal slavery. A million blessings upon you and your skills, Master Wizard.
Very nice. Okay, we got the Choker of Ferocity. That just gives us a troll item card. It's not particularly great. Okay, so yeah, we need to defeat the Naruni Quartermaster and collect the final key piece. So yeah, Quackatopia, except for that raw fight, has been a very smooth experience overall, I'd say. You know, if it weren't for the constant side quests, like if I were skipping them, we'd probably be done with like half of it at this point. Let's see. Which way is closer? No, this way. Yeah, I am glad that Quackatopia is definitely going smoother than Wizard City, though. So yeah. Yeah, something else that's been brought up, because I talk a lot about like future stuff I want to do, was another stream I was in, just as a viewer, not like as like a participant or anything. But something that got brought up was lots of nostalgia games recently, and it kind of made me want to start playing like some PS2 games or something.
Take you down. I guess you want something done right.
Because, you know, it kind of occurred to me that playing this is pretty much just a nostalgia game in and of itself. You know, because that's really why you play it, right? I don't think this game gets into like a lot of new people. So, one of the things that I was thinking about was, there's a lot of really cool games that I think I should kind of like go over, I think, maybe review. So, like I was saying before, I think what I might do is, I'll try and see if I can make a good time tonight and stream again. And I think I might try to play another game. So like I think I might do like Wizard101 streams like earlier on in the day, and then stream something completely different like later in the night. And so what I'm thinking is like I might look into like some PS2 games or something, because some specific ones got brought up, and one of them I just recently remembered that I kind of want to try out is a game called Portal Runner. It's a really old PS2 game, but it was really interesting. it had a lot of like variety in like the levels and stuff. And so I don't want to try playing that for a little bit actually. I just have to figure out how to emulate it well. But if I can do that, I might try to do a Portal Runner stream later tonight. So I'll keep the Wizard101 streams consistent during the day, and then just like occasionally do night streams where I'm playing through variety. So I can kind of do both, because there are lots of things I want to check out recently. And there are lots of nostalgia games that got brought up. I want to try playing Cruisin' World, I want to try playing, which is an N64 game. It was an arcade game originally, it was ported to N64. And I think it's a lot of fun. It has a lot of good music in it. Let's see, there's also another one that got brought up was like Digimon games. I was also thinking of like maybe playing like a Dragon Ball game, because like I talk about Dragon Ball a lot. Or rather, I think about Dragon Ball a lot. Yeah, so if you're interested, you can show up later tonight, and I might end up playing some more variety. Because I don't want to keep myself to just Wizard101, because there's just so much stuff I want to check out. So yeah. I think now would be the best time for me to do this, but for variety I'll also just stream later at night. Yeah. There are lots of games I'm nostalgic for. You know, I feel like I've forgotten a lot of them. Lots of them don't really ever get brought up in this day and age. Like, Wizard101 is still being worked on, which is one of the reasons why I actually managed to, like, find it again, because I stopped playing it for, like, a lot of years.
At last, the other piece! You're quite a tough worker. You sure you're not from Marleybone? Here, let me put the pieces together for you.
Oh. Oh, neat. A bot. Nice. Hang on a second. I just need to figure out how to... Oh, block. How do I ban it? From here. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to go into my actual thing. Hang on. Whoops, not that one. There we go. Bam. Perfect.
There. Now that we have the Keystone, we must inform Professor Winthrop. Head back to the entryway and tell him we can unlock the palace now. It's been a pleasure working with you, even with all these Kroks menacing us.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, tool
Those
time.
charmed slaves have made a mess of things. We had all of our digging tools packed away, then those Mandars found them and wandered off with them. It would be most helpful if you could find our archaeological picks and shovels. They are scattered throughout this excavation site. Please, collect them so we can return to our work.
Yeah, I think I've just been on sort of a nostalgia kick lately. Where I'm kind of, just in the mood to, check out a lot of stuff I'm nostalgic for. Because not a lot of stuff really gets brought up in this day and age. And I'm not really sure about, like, Wizard101, because lots of people are still playing it. But nobody's talking about some of the other games I'm talking about. I am always kind of curious to hear about, like, what other games people were playing back in their youth, though.
You and Malcolm found the Keystone. Splendid. We have the key to the palace now. Go inside and help Lieutenant Standish clear the way into the throne room.
Yeah, here we go. This is the final area. There's like 20 defeat and collect quests in here. This is way too many. So we're just gonna try to finish the actual main question here really quick.
Spiffing! Good to see you. With your help, we'll have these Kroks cleared out in no time at all, and you can claim your book.
So remember when I was saying before that I really liked the voice acting? Some of the voice acting is also like this. And I feel like it's also important to just appreciate it for what it is.
You there. You look like a stout young wizard. I require your assistance. The archaeologists found magical artifacts that may seal the Kroks in the Palace of Fire. It's risky, but it just might work. Please find my men and give them these artifacts. Report back to me with news.
Yeah, because I was recently thinking after, like, when I was listening to that discussion in the stream, I was like, you know what? There are lots of, like, PS2 games that, like, just never got, like, remastered. And the PS2 is what I played when I was, like, younger. Right, mostly. I also played on, like... I played a little bit on the PlayStation 1, not much, just because... around that generation, I was mostly on the N64.
At last! Once we use these artifacts, we can stop the army.
But I also remember there just being a lot more classics on the PlayStation 2 than on the Nintendo 64 or the PlayStation 1.
Say there, I've been waiting for some reinforcements to show up, but they are way overdue. I surmise that these flame guardians are keeping the troops away. Would you be good enough to give a few of these overgrown campfires the toss? I think with a few less of their numbers, my boys can get through.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Like, every single one of these guys we're about to talk to is going to give us one, and then, like, after we complete them, they'll give us, like, a second one. And it just, like, adds up to, like, way too many. We'll grab them now, but we'll just focus on the main quests. But yeah. Like, I was thinking, like, because the Jack series, the Sly series, the whatever, Ratchet and Clank series... Ratchet and Clank is still kind of going, actually.
Thanks for this. I just hope I can hold out against all the Narini warriors.
Yeah, so, you know, they all got, like, their HD remasters and stuff, and those are, like, the big three. And there's, like, just so many games that just got left behind.
Say, I saw you in action out there, and you look like you could put those Narini warriors in their place. I've barely made a dent on their defenses, and it's likely because they have some magic scrolls on their side. I have heard that they carry the scrolls of the Narini on them for protection. If you were to take some of these away from them, we'd have the advantage over those overgrown lizards. Care to take some out?
Yeah, like I said, they just keep giving them to you. Yeah. This section would, like I was saying, like, if I wasn't doing any of the side quests, like, we'd already be, like, halfway done with Kroks at this point. Because the battles have been going pretty smoothly with Sandstorm and the Power Pip generation we've been getting. So it actually wouldn't be that difficult to just continue it. But yeah, since we're appreciating all aspects in this playthrough, it's taking like twice or like 3 times as long as it should if we were just like doing it like a normal playthrough. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. And so, well, I do want to kind of focus on Wizard101 so I can kind of get it closer to, you know, that finally being able to actually use the shadow spells. At the same time, I also was like, it also occurred to me that there's so many other, like, games and things I want to do too. So I think I'll split up my time doing it. So yeah. If anyone is interested in checking it out.
Thanks. Looks like the Kroks are trying to break out of here. We'll hold the line with these artifacts. I heard from Mandar that the Narini gained some of their power from flame gems they keep in the palace. If you could go around and collect them, I'm sure their magical powers would be reduced.
We are probably going to play Portal Runner as well tonight. So yeah.
These artifacts had better work. These Kroks are amassing an army. The Narini nobles just keep coming. Say there, can you do me a favor? I need to fill out this information sheet about the enemy, but I fear that I am no match for the magical creatures here. Would you be willing to go up against them and write down their strengths and weaknesses as battle tactics? You can't expect to go to war without all the paperwork in order.
Complete shift of topic. But when he said the Narini nobles, that kind of reminded me that is kind of a weird thing. Because, like, we think of, like, rich people now as, like, being, like, useless nobodies. And I guess even back then, they kind of were. Kind of. But it kind of occurred to me, again, you know, like, when you actually, like, look at the history, it's kind of interesting that, like, most militaries were made up of, like, just, like, noble people. And, like, whatever conscripts were all, like, none of, like, the actual, like, soldiers or, like, officers would be, like, normal people who rose to the ranks. It would just be, like, noble people. Which I think is kind of interesting.
Welcome back, young wizard. With the artifacts in place, the Kroks won't be getting out of this pyramid if we can help it. We may have slowed the Kroks down, but I can't just leave my soldiers out there. They'll be overwhelmed. My higher-ups won't like this, but please, defeat some Narini warriors and Narini flame guardians. Give my soldiers a fighting chance.
This is actually a good reason to grab those quests at that time. So that way you can just get some of it done when you're doing this main quest as well.
Say there, might I trouble you for a favor? Those brutish desert golems pilfered our food supply, hoping to drive our troops out. Still, nothing stops our strapping young lads from doing their duty. Even so, being hungry will slow our boys down. Can't do battle on an empty stomach. Would you care to wrestle with some of those frightful sand monstrosities and get our tins of food back?
He said duty. Anyways, yeah. So, you know, lots of people seem to, like, hate rich people nowadays. But I wonder, right, like, if they were, like, the only ones who, like, insisted on, like, doing, like, war stuff, I kind of wonder if that would, like, have, like, a different, like, opinion on that. Speaking of, I kind of want to play Mountain Blade too. I've never played Mountain Blade. It's a very fun strategy game, where you basically get to go around and make your own, like, little parties and stuff, and you get to, like, I think this should still kill in one shot. If it doesn't, that'd be kind of bad. But yeah, in Mountain Blade you get to, like, amass, like, your own, like, little army of conscripts and stuff, and you can even, like, become a lord and stuff. It's a very fun game. My favorite part about it is that, depending on, like, what armor you get, you'll actually, like, be, like, almost immortal. So, like, by the time you get, like, the full plate armor, you take, like, no damage from, like, anything except for, like, the absolute, like, strongest attacks in the game, which are lance attacks. Like, so if, like, somebody, like, hits you with a lance on a horse, they couched lance damage, and that does a lot, and so that'll kill you. But pretty much anything else will just, like, do, like, no damage to you at all. And wow, we are getting a lot of power pips again. See, that's the thing, you never just gain, like, a bunch of power pips for, like, one battle and then, like, never again for, like, hours. You gain, like, power pips, like, non-stop for, like, a period of time, and then, like, it just, like, you just get none for a period of time. That's a very bizarre thing that happened. Yeah, we got all our flame gems, but we're not going to turn in the quest yet. Yeah, see? We just keep getting power pips, and it's like a phase. It's like, yeah, we're just getting power pips non-stop, and then, like, 30 minutes from now, we'll get, like, none. Why is this happening? What's happening right now? Why does it always work like this? I don't understand. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. You think if I went back to fight Raw, it would actually be possible now? I mean, I don't have a skeleton key anymore. And also the teleported thing is gone, so it's not like I can, but if I went back in, would I finally get all of the ones I needed? If I was getting power pips like this during that fight, it would actually have been doable. What's happening right now? I should still only have like a 15% chance. Not like most, like a 20% chance. Yeah, it just keeps happening. If we get another power pep, I'm gonna have to check if it just like randomly jumped up to 50% for some reason or something. Okay, no, we just got a normal pep that time. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're beginning to make a lot of progress here in Krokotopia. Now that we're focusing mostly on this.
Huzzah! We really gave those Kroks what for. The soldiers are holding their own now. Outstanding. My men are doing all they can, but they can't fight forever. It's not enough to hold the army. We have to defeat it. One last request, young wizard. Defeat the Narini family. They have erected a spirit barrier to the throne room. Their names are Edo, Nebbit, Shai, and Akori. Defeat them, and the barrier will be broken down.
So this is the sort of last major quest in this area where we're going around and just defeating these 4 bosses all at once. And then after that, it's just the last dungeon and we'll be done with the Pyramid of the Sun, I think. So yeah, overall, Krokotopia has been going pretty smoothly. It's just so many quests. Anyways. I still do think Krokotopia is fun, but I am kind of curious to see if they would actually...
the draining of your strength and the restoration of my glory.
I am kind of curious because it seems like they didn't remove a lot of the quests for Wizard City, they just changed them. And they did the first time user experience update. So I'm kind of curious because if they are planning to do Krokotopia, are they going to remove a lot of these or what? Because I feel like that could definitely help the replayability of this section a lot. If they could condense whatever lore we do get down a bit into like a more reasonable amount of quests. Yeah, I think I might need to go on the double sandstorm or like double ghoul, both of them at this point, because with the weaknesses and stuff they're gonna start throwing down, if I can even hit them in the first place, that is, the weaknesses they keep throwing down, I'm not sure I'll be able to do enough damage. But yeah, I keep fizzling. I keep getting power pips and I keep fizzling. I prefer the other way around. Yeah, so I didn't manage to kill either of them. But yeah. I might need to rework the strategy a little bit. Or I might actually just want to pick up more of those re-enchanted cards. I might need to check out Ferric's Balance on a Budget playthrough, because that's basically like I said in episode 1, or stream 1, I guess, of this, was that until we get the shadow spells, this is basically just gonna be a worse version of that. So, or like a less, like, thought out version of that one. So if you also want to check out content a lot like this, you could also just check out those. He puts a lot of effort into his content, I think. I never really checked out too much of it. Well, from what I did see, it does seem like he does a lot of effort into figuring out how to play this game without spending money, which was kind of cool.
You were able to collect enough of the flame gems to diminish the Narini's powers? Brilliant! Soon we'll have those reptiles on the run. Tell you what, I'm not sure these flame gems are safe down here. If I have these on me, I think I will be in danger. The Narini are sure to try to get them back. I could not hold them all off for long. I think it would be most prudent if you were to take these outside the pyramid, up to Sergeant Major Talbot of the Oasis. He'll know what to do with them.
Yeah, but like I was saying, I might want to check out that one, because I'm pretty sure I already know the majority of the stuff you would talk about doing, but I am kind of curious how he actually managed to solo Olympus on a bounce.
You may have seen the fall of the other Narini, but the next thing you will see is me celebrating my victory.
No, I walked in here with like no HP. Yeah, so I might need to check out that, and see whatever he did to do it, so I can do a similar thing. The biggest thing I think I could be doing, which would help me out a lot damage-wise, would be buying up a lot of pre-enchanted monstrous DCs. Which would definitely help. In terms of the damage. Not pre-enchanted monstrous DCs, just the monstrous DCs and pre-enchanting a bunch of hits. I'm pretty sure that would be like the main difference between like what he's probably doing and what I would probably do. Or what I've been doing. Frankly, I've just been too lazy to go ahead and grab them or transfer them off another character to this one. I'm not entirely sure why they removed the ability to transfer treasure cards from one character to another. I'm not sure if it was like for balance or if it was like for prevent like some sort of exploit or cheat. I do remember, I think it used to be a thing where you used to be able to use these treasure card vaults, I think they used to be called. And those are pretty cool. Or I think those might have just been storage. I don't know, it was a long time ago. Yeah, sorry, my dog is still very excited about something. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm not sure how much it got caught up by the mic. Because like I said, I did put as much noise gating as I could while still making it sound decent enough to pick up my own voice. But yeah. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully I didn't just blow out your ears. Yeah, I think my dog's just bored. Wants to go on a walk. Yeah, I don't know when and how it changed the quest, so I'm gonna have to figure out where I am. Let's see, shy. There we go. Thank goodness I went back to actually, like, bother checking out the teleporters. It was kind of convenient that they added them. Oh, wait a minute, you got a cracked defense opal? It's actually pretty good. Especially this early on.
You poor, pitiful wizard. I am glad you showed up here. I will do you a favor. I shall put you out of your misery.
Nice. This guy is very motivated. Okay. So let's see. He's fire, so hopefully he won't have access to weaknesses and stuff. Even if he does, it shouldn't be too big of a deal overall. Also because he doesn't have that much HP. Let's see. Yeah, I put down the item card. Okay. I keep forgetting if I have the 3 original balance blades in my deck still or not. But no, I removed one of them, so I should only have 2. Okay. So apparently they do have weaknesses. Like everything else in Arc 1. Not really super surprising, but still. Like I said, it shouldn't be too big of a deal because this should still one-shot. So, hopefully. Okay, well this is a little awkward. So it didn't kill either of them. And they both have enough pip stacks to do some real damage. So, hopefully they don't kill me. In the meantime, while I build up enough pips to actually fix that. Okay, so, instead I think we'll just ghoul the Marine Warrior to get some health back. Because he also has the most pips. So instead of risking taking a lot of damage, I think I'll just take him out now. And then just ghoul the boss too, to finish it off. So I put a weakness on us. And I'm not sure if that just made our ghoul too weak to actually kill him. Thankfully though, still do have these. I don't use them very much, but I still have them. And I just fizzled. Cool. That's again. Yeah, I should really be using those more often. And I should also work on acquiring more of them. So I can make this a little bit easier on myself. But yeah, let's see. I guess we'll turn on this quest right now.
You took the scrolls of Narini away from those warriors? Gadzooks! You've just turned the tide of the battle in our favor. I'd rather not hang on to these scrolls of Narini. If I were to get attacked, they would just fall into the hands of the enemy again. Would you be good and take these up to Zane in the library?
Oh cool, we're level 20. That means we can go to Grizzleheim now. Very nice. Oh yeah, that was another thing. I mentioned before that how shadow spells can't crit, but for some reason there's still a critical rating for them. I don't know why it works like that, but it does. It's actually interesting, because I think that only applies to the Shadow Wand hits.
By Jove, you've done it! It looks as if you've punched a hole in their defenses. Now the other lads will be able to get here when the fighting starts. I wish we had a whole brigade of spell slingers like you. We'd have won this battle with the Tuts long ago. Cheers.
There we go. Yeah, so I think he's going to tell us about Grizzleheim.
I loathe taking you away from your studies, young wizard, but a matter of utmost importance has arisen. Please come to visit me at the first opportunity.
Yeah, so...
Fool! Once I have exhausted your power, let us see if you still approach the great Debit Narini with such disrespect.
He didn't mention it by name, but just now I think that was mentioning the opening quest for Grizzleheim. Matter of utmost importance, really what he's talking about is the weird thing they have going on in Grizzleheim. So Grizzleheim is actually really unique in the way that it's been built up, because you can go there at level 20, but then I think the rest of it is level gated. So you go there at level 20, but then there's like quests for like level 30 and like level 40. And then I think the last quest there is like level 45. And then after that is Winter Tusk, which is like one big area. So Grizzleheim is like this weird attempt at like giving content like in like a side area, because they didn't originally have other worlds and stuff you could go to. I don't think they really did focus too much on making worlds like that. I think the only other one still is Wisteria, unless I'm just forgetting one. Yeah, they did originally have much more in the way of side worlds and like congruent content, I guess you'd call it, where it's happening at the same time. Let's see. There's that. Yeah, I think Wisteria and Grizzleheim are the only ones. Okay, refizzled that one too. 90 accuracy, we're only hitting like 30% of the hits recently. Actually, yeah, I guess if you count Aquila as its own separate thing, then I guess it would be considered like its own world as well. And it does have its own like level-gated content, so I guess. I don't really consider Aquila a world since you can't access it outside of Wizard City, for some reason. Okay, so that's the 4 of those guys defeated. And that's a big chunk of Krakatopia beat. Like, that's actually one of the longer continuous quests in this one, outside of like one of the really long side quest chains. So yeah, after this I think it's just the dungeon, which you defeat, what's his name, Krokenhamen? It's something like that, or is it Krakatop? It's one of those two.
Splendid! You retrieved our biscuits! It's hard to do battle, especially when you don't have any biscuits for tea. By Jove, I think you've saved this entire campaign. Cheers! First-rate work, young wizard. I may have taken a few risks, but you really put the lives of my men before your own. Now that we have the key to the throne room, we can continue the assault in there. You're a true hero in my book. If you ever decide on a military career, you're more than welcome in my unit. Report to Professor Winthrop and tell him of our successful assault. He should be ready to proceed into the throne room now.
Yes, and the throne room is the name of the dungeon, if I'm remembering correctly. Come on, here we go.
You recovered the key? Oh my, this is a red letter day indeed. We must hurry. Now we can get inside the map room and find where the Order of the Fang is hiding.
Is it just me, or did the mic quality on that line recording get worse?
I have to gather some notes and then I'll meet you inside the map room. See you there.
Yeah, that last one sounded worse. Oh, here he is.
So, you think you are worthy to enter the throne room of fire? Beware, it only for it that you can replay this dungeon.
Yeah, so it's the throne room of fire.
To gain additional unique
And this is the last part of the Pyramid of the Sun. Yeah, so Krokenhamen is his name. Not Krokotep. Krokotep comes later. And we cut off Krokotep's head. I don't think we do that for Krokenhamen. I think we just rip out his tail or something. Yeah, because like for one of the Storm characters, because okay, so it's kind of weird that like it's canon in Wizard101, but like time travel is a thing. And so for one of the spell quests for Storm, you're supposed to make a cocktail, which, you know, obviously it's a cocktail joke. But apparently it's like a well-known fact in the universe of Wizard101 that Krokenhamen has the best cocktail. So you come in here again, kill him, cut off his tail, and then apparently put it into a mixed drink. And that's how you make a spell, apparently. Wizard101 lore gets pretty wild sometimes.
There you are. I've got my notes now. Let's get to work tracking down the Order of the Fang, shall we?
So like these guys being alive in the dungeon and like you being able to run through it again, that's like a canon thing.
We'll most likely need the use of a serpent's staff, so I'll trust you to procure one for us.
So it's actually like, it's never like explained how it works, but it's kind of like implied that it's like a stable like time bubble thing where like it like resets every time you leave and go back in.
According to my notes, the Order of the Fang used magic to hide their location. Only by using a powerful artifact in this map room can we undo their spell.
Yeah, and that's how the dungeons work.
There! That slot must be where the serpent staff would go. And I remember Prince Manu Nerini swung it at my head when the Tuts attacked. I'd rather not have a repeat of that. Could you go down the hall and battle Prince Manu Nerini for the serpent staff? We must set things right.
Yeah. So, I've been kind of glossing over it, but basically we're here to find out where the Order of the Fang is, and this is how we figure it out. So, we're gonna go collect the Serpent Staff, and that little display thing that was in front of the professor, that's basically all of Krokotopia. And so, by using that, we'll be able to figure out where the Order of the Fang's hideout is.
None shall pass through the door unless all the braziers burn with red flames.
I was forgetting because there was another one that you have to turn them all to storm, and I think it's the next one. There's another puzzle later on in here.
Who goes there? You shall pay for disturbing me, young wizard.
So, again and again, we're basically doing the same thing. It's double bleeding, sandstorm, everything. Which has worked out for us pretty well so far, I have to say. Yeah, so I was kind of trying to solo Raw earlier, but some of the gear we need is actually from the Exalted duels. And so I was kind of thinking that because of the way the Exalted duels work, I might have to do like dozens of them to be able to get access to one piece of the gear I need. So I don't think I'm going to try to solo each and every one of them. Similar thing with the other skeleton key bosses I might need. So what I'm saying basically is that this might not be exclusively soloing everything in existence. I'm probably going to not solo every other, like, big boss that's meant for 4 people entirely by myself. But I will do it, like, if it's relevant, I guess. Like, Grizzleheim, I'll try to solo the 4 ravens by myself and stuff, but... like, when it comes to actually, like, acquiring, like, a specific thing I actually need, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'll try to solo Olympus, like, once, and then if I solo it once, then I'll just, focus on grinding it out normally, as it were. And I think I might record those runs, like, solo, of, like, me doing the dungeon. So that way I can just do them at any time instead of, like, needing to dedicate an entire stream to it. So, yeah, I'll also need to link my YouTube channel for that. Those are going to be a little bit later, but they will be any time once we hit level 30, and we're pretty close to level 21 already. So, yeah, pretty close to level 21 already. So, keep that in mind, like, maybe, like, sometime next week, I might end up uploading whatever run of Olympus I do. And then after that, I'll just be spending whatever time off stream grinding it normally. To get the balance gear I need. Well, not need, but want. Because let's be real, who wants to go through all of, Arc 1 with just the normal gear? I mean, that would be kind of cool. I thought about doing that at one point, like an intended gear run, where, like, you go through Celestia with, like, the Malistaire gear, or, like, the Grandmaster gear, and then, like, you go through Safaria with, like, the Celestia gear that drops to that one boss, and, like, so on and so forth. The biggest issue I found was, it turns out that they kind of stopped doing that at some point. So, like, after Zafaria, there's, like, no such thing as, like, the best dropped gear, really, unless you just, like, go through, like, every individual piece. There's no, like, big, like, oh, you know, this is, like, the best gear that drops from, like, the end bosses of the world. It's, like, literally just you, whatever, you know, you find off of mobs would be the best stuff. So, yeah.
Good work. Now to use the staff. We'll soon figure out the Order's secret location. It's no use. The staff isn't working. What could I have done wrong?
Professor Winthrop stares at his notes in frustration, then looks up suddenly with a bright gleam in his eye.
That's it. In ancient times, the Eye of Krok was placed here in this room, but Krokencommon recently took it in a show of power. You must go further into Krokencommon's lair, defeat him, and take back the Eye of Krok. Then we can find the Order of the Fang at last.
Yep, and this is it. The final stretch of the dungeon and the final stretch of the Pyramid of the Sun, too. Where we're going to defeat Krokencommon, and that will be it for now. Unless, actually, I might just finish the rest of this quest. Because once we defeat Krokencommon, we'll find out how to get on the Krokosphinx, and then we can talk to Niles. So that'd be cool. Actually, I just realized something. Once we talk to Niles, we'll also be able to get elemental blades and traps and stuff, so we might actually be able to solo Ra later, too. I just need a skeleton key first, because those things are rare as rare can be, and I have none of them. As a castle list. Let's see. Wall hangings. Yeah, I have another one. I only have the one from the Drains quest. Let's see, what am I looking for? Alright. I have to turn off the moons. And then I have to turn on the suns. Yeah, the puzzles in Krokotopia basically are just like turn off whatever's currently on, and then turn on like whatever isn't currently on. Like just swap the two. And then that's just the puzzle. You don't even need to read the thing. Oh cool, we got ore and diamonds. Nice. Okay, yeah, so here's what's really interesting. This guy's a wandering boss, and wandering bosses are like a thing throughout Arc 1, and they come back in like Arc 3. But wait, is he not a wandering boss anymore? Where is he? He's supposed to just be walking around. What?
You will test your might against me, and you will fail. Why even try, weakling?
Okay, so unless I'm like completely misremembering this, originally this guy was a wandering boss, and you could just find him walking around the square thing. And so what you used to be able to do is you'd be able to ambush him, so he wouldn't have a minion with him at the time. But I guess they must have changed that at some point. Yeah, no, it definitely had to have been this guy. It couldn't have been Krokatsev I'm thinking of. I don't know. It seems like they might have come back and changed a few things. As for how much they changed, I can't tell, and more importantly, when they changed it, I also don't know. Because it's been a while since I've actually gone through Krokotopia, like I said. Yeah, I do remember it used to be fun, just like, I remember one time I followed this guy around for like an hour. Just like, trying to wait until like he didn't line up with like some random, mob enemy, so I could just fight him one-on-one. Ah, so much has changed. Oh wait, did it get changed this year? I wonder. Because when I tried Googling it to see what might have happened, apparently what came up was the Spring 2021 update. I don't know, was it changed just earlier this year? Okay, and there we go. Very nice. Ooh, and we got this thing. That's very good. Yeah, this is school design gear, so it looks a bit bizarre on our current character. But now that we're level 20, we should actually be able to get better gear from the bazaar again, and we should be able to get a full set of school design gear, which would be cool. Something weird about Arc 1 is that all of the defense was based around like Pokemon rules, where like you resist your own element, I guess. So like, there's no universal resist on a lot of things. Instead, it's just like school resist. So like, right now I only get balance resist from my boots. Whereas ice was like the only school, because I did mention that earlier. Like you can see, like it's like a lot of like ice resist, life resist, death resist. But then this frigid vestment has a universal resist, and that's like very rare.
Splendid! We have the Eye of Krok. Since you defeated Krokan Common and Prince Manu Narini, you deserve the honor of discovering the Order of the Fang.
Like there's a third K. It's Kronken Common. Oh, that's weird. Oh, it's 2 K. Oh, I guess. Yeah.
Go on. Take the Eye of Krok and the Serpent Staff and place them in the slots on the platform. Then, repeat the ancient words I taught you.
And here we are. And this is Krokotopia in its entirety. It's never really brought up a lot in Wizard101, but I think it should be brought up how small a lot of the worlds actually are. But, yeah, it just wasn't really ever brought up again. It was weird because Caramel is like one of the most common, it's like, not common, I don't know what I was saying. It's like the most current world, and it's like gigantic in comparison.
You do as the professor says, and shout the ancient words Alka Shara Kazam. a bright light flashes, and with a crackle, the map reveals the secret meeting place of the Order of the Fang.
You've done it! The secret location of the Order of the Fang is revealed. Never would have thought to look there. It's on another island. I need to gather one or two other things here. Meet me back in the Altar of Kings. We can continue from there.
And there we go. Like I said, what we just did was this section, Pyramid of the Sun. We have some side quests to get back around to. This isn't anything. This is just a secret area. Next time, I want to finish what's left of here, but then next time will be devoted entirely to part 2 of Krokotopia. And then part 3 will be this location, the Tomb of Storms. That's why I wanted to split it into 3 parts, because there's only 3 major parts of Krokotopia. So yeah. We will do this. We'll finish up this quest, we'll finish up the spell quest, and then we will call that an end, I suppose. So let's hear what Professor Winthrop has to say first.
Excellent. We finally know where the Order of the Fang is. Now we can find them, get the Krokonomicon, and keep it from falling into evil hands. Now that we know where to find the Order of the Fang, we'll need permission to explore there. Go speak with Sergeant Major Talbot by the lake outside. Tell him we may have found a way to set things right again.
So now we're going to talk to this guy for permission. For some reason, we can't just teleport over there with magic or anything. You know, just by being a wizard, we need to actually use the boat.
You say you want me to hang on to these flame gems so that the Nerini will not be able to use them against us? Of course I will. In fact, I'll have them sent back to Marleybone just to make sure they stay safe. What ho! The Order of the Fang may have the secret to defeating the Tuts, eh? And it's an old book? Indeed. We must ensure that book doesn't fall into the wrong hands then.
This guy's very understanding.
Their inner lair must be explored at once. There is no time to lose. We set up ferries to Krokus Sphinx before the Kroks attacked. Good thing, too. I barely have time to think. The boat's there in front of me. Take it across to the island. I hope you find this lair where the Order of the Fang hides out. We could use some good news.
Yeah, so we're about to see something pretty rare and magical for this game that usually most people skip over, including me. But we'll let it play out. The boat moves. Yeah, this was actually pretty cool, like when I first played Wizard101 as a kid, because, you know, you don't really get to see much stuff like this outside of Arc 1, where, like, it just, like, casually, like, moves across the entire setting. And, like, you get to see, like, the physical location that you're heading to. It's pretty cool. Although definitely exemplifies how small Krokotopia actually is, despite being like one of the major worlds. Like even like in like the setting and the lore and stuff, it's a pretty exceptionally small place.
So you need a place of ice for your quest spell. The best place I would recommend is the icy waters at the entrance hall.
Yeah, so Niles gives us some other stuff. Now, we're too low of a level to learn the actual blades, that is. Now, we're not gonna keep those in our deck, but we will learn them. Let's see, did I forget to pick up any beetles while I was out there? Sphinx Island, Tomb of Storms, Entrance Hall, First Retreat, All Spirits, Caracum, Terran Barracks. Cool. Didn't miss any of them. Okay, we almost missed that one because it didn't count the first time we went over it, but we did manage to pay attention. So here we are. Now this is the Balance School. Yeah, that guy who's just sitting in front of Bartleby and Ravenwood learned from this guy.
Greetings. Welcome, stranger. I am Professor Alazred. If you seek the Order of the Fang, you have found it. What brings you here?
You tell Professor Alhazred about your search for Malistaire.
I have seen no Malistaire, but I know why he sought us. Long ago, we wrote the Krokonomicon. With the power of life and death, it could spell disaster in the wrong hands. Before I say more, you must earn the Order's trust. Please go to the Krokosphinx. Seek out Shalek the Wise and heed his words.
Yeah, it doesn't have any spells for us right now. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting that they did add a lot of these. Oh, they added Obsidian Colossus too. I didn't even realize they did that. Wait, so it adds -2 weaknesses? That's pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. So yeah, we'll just move up with it. And we will grab the icy waters from here. We won't talk to Shalk the Wise yet.
You add icy water to the mixture of leaves.
We'll mark the location. And now we need to talk to Arthur again.
You found icy water at the entrance hall? Brilliant! Why didn't I think of that? I guess I must be getting on in years. Oh yes, we're not finished, are we? Now we need to add a spark to this to balance it. There is a room in the Great Pyramid, a storm room. I don't remember where this room is, but Niall should. Be careful. You will have to prove yourself to the Tritons first.
Yep, okay, so immediately back to where we just left. Lots of backtracking early on in the game. Normally it's like when you're doing the quests, there's not as much, but these earlier spell quests, like in Arc 1, there's lots of going between, back and forth. Whereas in Arc 3, it's usually like, go to this place, fight this guy, and then come back.
A storm room? Well, the Tomb of Storms is where you would want to go. And that is quite a dangerous place. Wait a moment. I remember one now. There is one in the pyramid, somewhere in the Royal Hall, but the location has been a guarded secret for years. Someone who would know is Hetch Aldim.
Okay, now we get to go talk to Hetch. Such an involved quest, really. And for what, a spell we're not even going to end up using.
You want to know about the storm chamber in the pyramid? Not many people know about it. At least not many living ones. The chamber has 2 braziers in front of it that burn with purple flames. Beware, some say it is cursed. I lost my lucky coin. I'm not sure where, though. Anyway, I have good news.
Hetch hands you a bright blue gem.
While looking for my lucky coin, I found this blue gem. Give it to Lydia Greyrose. I'm sure she can find a use for it.
I don't think I've ever gotten this quest before. I don't remember anything about a blue gem. But anyways, yeah, thankfully we don't have to finish Krokotopia entirely, because Tomb of Storms is the last area. We don't have to finish it entirely in order to be able to get this spell, thankfully enough. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Okay, it's this little room right back here. There's that quest that Dark Sprites I was mentioning is somewhere in here, but I don't actually remember how to access it, so I'll need to look into that before next stream. But yeah, because that means I am missing
The hair on
one.
the back of your neck begins to stand up, like electricity is building nearby.
Student of balance, I will grant your wish, but only if you prove you are worthy. You must fight for what you believe in. Defeat this Kraken if you can.
Kind of interesting that the combat theme started playing as soon as we walked in rather than after we started the fight. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm missing one quest that means, and I'm not entirely sure. Okay, it restarted the combat theme because I guess that was a glitch, that wasn't intentional. I'm not surprised. I've encountered plenty of stuff like that so far. Okay, cool. Looks like this was wrapped up pretty quickly too, all things considered. Very nice.
You have proved yourself worthy, student of balance. Hold up the ingredients that you hold so that we can give it our blessing.
Okay, so the combat theme keeps restarting over and over again.
As you hold up the ingredients, the power of storm magic reacts to them.
Okay, so we're gonna get out of here before it gets any worse. Okay, thankfully it didn't restart again as soon as I teleported out. That would have been insane.
I see that you were able to get your reagents in balance. You are now ready for the final step. You have but one more step in your quest. You will need somewhere where the air is clear. I suggest you go to Old Town for the summoning of your balance minion.
Yep, so now we just have to walk all the way over to Firecat Alley. Man, these early quests were really just completely different in terms of like how long they actually expected you to stay on a single one. And all this again for just like a very mediocre minion. The biggest reason why the minions aren't even good is usually due to their health. Like the one I'm talking about like right now, the Mandar minion has like some decent amount of spells, but they get killed in like 2 hits because they only have 300 health, and that's like in Arc 1. Like in Arc 2 or later, they get one shot.
The winds suddenly grow still.
So, student of balance, you feel that you are ready for your next spell? Remember, with knowledge comes power, and with power comes great responsibility.
Nice.
You feel your body tingle as the King Scorpion transfers its powers of balance to you.
So this is the King Scorpion? He looks exactly like every other one. Can't do anything. Normally they do like a little attack animation or something, but no, I guess he's just broken. Well, we have encountered yet another glitch in our playthrough. I don't know. I just did a screenshot of it really quick. Yet another thing that went wrong in this. I should really go over all the VODs once all this is over and count the amount of glitches that actually happen.
So, the Scorpion of Power has enchanted your reagents. Give them to me, please.
Arthur speaks an ancient Krokotopian chant.
There you go. You are now ready to have a minion of your own. A minion of balance that will aid you in your times of need. Cheers!
Okay, and there we go. And he is for some reason blue, even though the actual minion we summon is red. I'm not sure why that is. It's just a little fun fact. So anyways, we finished the Pyramid of the Sun for the most part. We still have a few side quests that still need to be done in there. But as for now, I feel like it's going to be pretty safe to, my character's like, it looks as tired as I am right now. But anyways, we're going to be moving on to part 2 of Krokotopia, hopefully, which we'll be able to finish a lot more of it, I hope. After finishing all the side quests we missed, we should be able to do the Krokus things a little bit faster, I hope. And if we can do that, then we should be able to finish Croctopia in 3 streams. If not, we might do it in 4. Regardless. Thank you all for stopping by. And like I said, I am probably going to stream later. Nothing Wizard101 related, but I am going to try to look into another variety game I can maybe play tonight. So I hope to see all of you there, and thank you all for stopping by, and thank you for the follows too. Have a nice day.